Happy birthday.
Happy
Happy
birthday!
buddies.
Happy
birthday. Thank you guys. Super excited to jump in tonight. So we are beginning session 17 of our campaign.
Wowie.
Rise of the
Wowee.
Conquering King. Previously on ROTCK, after spending the night in Thespis ruins, the party agreed to travel with the Chimer for a few days. He had claimed to have seen more of these skull-laden trees and offered to take you all to the ones that he had discovered nearby. And if he got to crush a few more goblins along the way, all the better. The first day, you all discovered another tree by around midday, and then several hours later ran into an old acquaintance. Droop, the goblin you all met in the ruins of Tressender Manor. Droop appeared to have set up a small shop in the middle of the woods and a strange-looking cart selling unique wares and weapon modifications. He claims that his entire clan had been killed, yet seemed rather unfazed by the whole ordeal. Bernie was a bit unconvinced, and managed to get a genuine reaction from him. He was a little smarter than he let on. He knew something big was brewing between the Goblin King and the Pale Spider, but beyond that, he was as in the dark as the rest of you. Dominic was impressed by Droop's bear trap chain flail, as I have decided to finally call it. And both Dominic and Staris received modifications to some of their weapons. You all made camp, and the following morning, Bernie discovered that spiders had infested the trees surrounding where you all had rested during the night. He spoke to the creatures, and a chorus of voices responded in unison. We watch. We listen. We spy. They had been spying for some time now, but said little else as they scurried off into the fading darkness of the surrounding wood. You discovered another skull tree, again around midday, and another goblin camp later that afternoon. All of the goblins had been slain, however. Their corpses were left to rot in the open air. Caitlin noticed that they all seemed to have been slayed in various fashions, suggesting multiple attackers. The next day, while Staris was keeping watch, early that morning, an owlbear stumbled into camp. A young owlbear, a cub, you might say. However, Staris remained calm. She did not disturb the creature, and the cub managed to chew up some of Koo's pack and bedroll before its mother called for it from somewhere nearby, and it scuttled off. After traveling for a few hours, you all reached a particularly thick section of forest. Trees and shrubs choked your path, and the canopy provided an abundance of shade, casting long shadows on the forest floor. And as you continued, you began to notice webbing dangling from the trees and wisping in the gentle breeze. Strands and clumps of web, they grew thicker as you continued your march, and you could see small cocoons the size of hawks and possums stuck within the shrouded branches. As Respite cut a path through these silky curtains that befell you, you all came upon two pale elves waiting for you, with the wizard, Ierno Albrecht, gagged and bound before them. One elf, a male, sat whipping himself, muttering a prayer to the goddess of spiders in Elvish, while the other elf, an older female, addressed you all. She seemed stern, serious, and dogmatic. Seemed to have no interest in parleying. She slew Ierno in cold blood, slitting his throat with a crude dagger, claiming his knowledge made him dangerous to her mistress. Knowledge you all possessed. Without warning, you were ambushed, not just by the two drow before you, as more had remained hidden in the shadows during your confrontation.
Bitches.
We pick up this session in the middle of combat. A couple of highlights from our encounter. The leader of them all, the older female, cast a variation of the sanctuary spell on herself that made it harder for her to be targeted in combat. However, this did not stop Bernie from attacking her anyways. Bernie was unable to make her first attack connect, but when she cast her Moonbeam spell, that managed to come through, and a large beam of moonlight has suddenly begun to appear and shine on the Drow elf, afflicting her, as the lightness definitely seems to have some effect. One of the other ambushers was a female archer who had summoned a large giant spider, or maybe she had it as a companion. It's really hard to tell. She was also able to cast a darkness spell on you all, and has been attacking you from a ranged advantage point. Another male drow that ambushed you was invisible and snuck up on Ku, and has been fighting him in the darkness, seemingly unaffected by the lack of vision. And lastly, there was an unarmed drow that kind of charged you all rather confidently, but you have proven a little bit formidable than maybe he expected. Staris's longsword is literally like stuck between his ribs, about 2 inches deep, as he's kind of surrounded by all of you. This seemed to enrage the leader when he took this, what seemed to be near lethal blow. And that is where we pick up our encounter now. I need 2 seconds to grab my notes, but Dominic, I believe you are up first if you would like to prepare your turn.
Yes,
right
top of the round.
Dominic and Bernie both have Bardic Inspiration. I don't think you guys have used it yet.
I
Thank
have
you.
not. Yes, I had that in my notes. Thank you for the reminder.
I need to pull up my notes.
My DM notes like right next to you. You could have just won the whole campaign.
Oh, fun.
We just ruined the whole. But she's a good person. It didn't look. We're so proud of
Did you? I think you said one. Won the whole campaign.
What? Win.
Won the whole
Winning.
campaign. How to win the campaign.
Steal DM notes.
That's right.
Steal
Correct.
DM.
That's really funny. I had no idea.
Okay.
Well.
I feel like I'm gonna have a lot of issues going back and forth between a country accent and a horrible Irish accent. I was just thinking about that. I was like, this is not gonna go well. Yeah. That's all I'm gonna say the whole night. Well, darn tootin'.
There it is.
That's it.
100%.
Gosh.
I'm sorry. Is playing two characters kind of difficult?
It's the worst.
Should not complain to the DM for sure.
I know.
I'm doing a million. And thank you so much for kind of playing for Respus's tunes,
Yeah.
since he can't be with us today.
No guarantees it'll be good, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna do my darndest.
Do my
That's all we
darndest.
can ask. You're already doing something. All right,
Something's happening.
Dominic, you are up first. You have all kind of managed to finally get out of the darkness that you were enshrouded in, save for Ku and his new happy buddy friend.
Mhm.
But
And the
Dominic,
last
you've got
thing that I did was yell to Ku which direction to go from the darkness
Yes.
to.
That is correct. You had said it this way.
Yep.
Good callback. Dominic, you've got Bernie kind of on your side, but you can see she's fully focused on the leader a few ways back. But you have got this very weak, very wounded drow surrounded. Staris, Respus are all engaging with him. Actions on you. He looks incredibly weak. What do you want to do?
Alright, well, Bernie is focusing on Moonbeam. I will shift myself over to this side, trying to get close to the spider as well. But I will take my attack on the weak one to try to get him out of here so we can move on to the next.
Got it. Roll me that attack.
He's flanked right now.
Yes, so
Yes.
that attack will be with advantage.
So that's a
Nice.
19 without advantage, and A 25.
Damn!
25 is gonna hit.
All right, and my blade is shrouded in my crimson right, so I do have the lightning.
Correct. And this is your talon, not your double.
Correct. This is
Sided one,
Talon.
correct?
Yes,
Right.
yes, correct. This is Talon. I haven't busted out the double-sided rapier yet. All right. God, that thing's so
60.
ridiculous too. That's 12 points of slashing damage
Wow.
plus another.
Dominic.
Yeah. Yes.
No, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Plus the D4 of lightning damage,
Hell yeah.
Sure.
and that's another 2 points of lightning damage, so 14 altogether.
Ooh-wee.
How would you like to do this?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna kind of flick my blade around, and Dominic is just gonna go, well, it seems that you like to hurt yourself, so here's one last wound, and I'm just gonna whip my wrist real quick, and lightning is gonna just cut right across his neck, and there's just gonna be a deep gash that's just gonna go right through his throat.
Yeah.
And then it's
So
gonna cauterize right afterwards from the lightning.
Cool.
Cool. So yeah, you see it cut right across his throat, a deep gash. And he holds it, blood just spills out on his chest, and as soon as it pulls away, it's cauterized. But you see that the damage is done at that point as his eyes glaze over, and he falls. And as he falls, he kind of pulls you forward a little bit, Staris, because your blade is still stuck in him. You kind of have to pull back to free your blade out. More blood leaks out of him. This splurt kind of gets on your clothes and pants a little bit as he falls limp in between all of you.
Woo-hoo. Nice.
And then I will turn my gaze on the spider and try to get in between the spider and Bernie at this point.
All righty then. That will be the end of your turn.
Yes, that will be the end of my turn.
That makes it the older leader's turn. Bernie, you had cast your moonbeam spell on her, so she begins her turn in the effect of your spell. What do I need to do?
Awesome. Constitution saving throw. 13 con save.
I got an 11.
Ooh, nice.
Says they're gonna take 2d10 radiant damage on failed save. Yeah. And that's gonna happen. So let me roll that. Whoa, lag. Sorry. D&D Beyond is lagging like crazy. All right, so 15 damage.
15 points of damage.
I got an 8 and a 7.
Hell yeah.
So she is just fully enraged, just screaming, almost keening at this point, this wail she lets out as Dominic, you do this killing blow on the shirtless one. And all the webbing just breaks from her as she begins to cast the spell, and it suddenly she just gets blasted with this moon energy. And it just begins to tear away at her flesh, causing parts of her skin to peel back. And it just doesn't stop her stride as she steps out of it and launches these two motes of almost liquid gas that just gets hurled towards you, Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
That is gonna be a 19 to hit.
That hits.
And a 14 to hit.
That one misses.
14 misses?
Yes.
Lucky boy.
Yes, very lucky, actually.
Wow, I rolled like shit on that. You're gonna take 5 poison damage.
Okay. Could
have been worse.
Could have been worse.
Is then going to, as a bonus action, cast Healing Word on herself.
Okay.
Since the first attack was not a spell, but an action she has.
Oh, legendary actions. Oh no.
Or like a cantrip.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
there's
could
like a
be a
specialized
cantrip.
cantrip that she has.
Mm,
Sorry, real quick. Okay, there it is. Give me your magic. And that's going to be the end of my turn, which brings us to your turn, Ku. You're shrouded in darkness. You've got this really creepy dude whispering bitter nothings in your ear.
I don't like it.
Nothings. I don't imagine you do. But you did hear Kitlin's call out to you, so you have a pretty good idea of which way to go if you want to try to get out of this darkness. However, you might provoke.
I will disengage and just kind of like crouch a little bit and just dart towards Kitlin's voice.
Okay, cool. You scurry away, maneuvering yourself in that small, agile, gnome-like way, where you're able to get away without really opening yourself up to an attack. But that will be your action for the turn.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless you can do that as a bonus action, which I don't think you can.
I cannot. I'm unfortunately not that fast. And that is. Yep.
That really little
That's gonna be the turn.
Okay.
Oh. And I'm just hiding behind Pamela.
Love it.
Dino
Love
shield.
it.
Yep.
She kind of snorts a little bit, judgmentally. That's gonna bring us.
Judgmentally? Oh my god.
Uncool, Pamela. Uncool.
That's gonna bring it to Kitlin's turn. Bernie, you're on deck.
Cool.
Okay. And what's the deal with the Falcon, Bernie? That I can get advantage if you give your bonus action or your reaction?
I can use my reaction to give somebody within the radius advantage on their attack roll.
What do you think about maybe hooking me up with some of that?
You'll just have to find out.
It's her reaction, all right?
Yeah, it's my reaction. God.
Well, I guess when does that happen? Because if I do my sharpshooter,
It happens. I mean, it's reaction speed. Sean, I'm not sure. You're probably a better
So look at your character sheet.
answer. It says the hawk spirit is a kind of blah 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 blah. When a creature makes an attack roll, so when you make an attack roll against a target in the spirit's aura, I can use my reaction to grant advantage to that attack roll. So I think
it doesn't specify if it's before or after the roll.
It doesn't. No.
So since it doesn't specify, I'm gonna say when someone declares their attack, that's when you have to announce whether or not you're gonna use it. So if they roll and they won't be able to use it, you'll have to kind of decide it before the roll gets made.
Got it.
okay. Well, since the lady over in the corner is already my favorite foe, I'm gonna shoot at her.
Okay.
The white-haired one.
Yeah. Well, they all got white hair. I know which one. The archer, the female archer up on the hill.
Yeah. And I'm going to take a short bow attack. Action.
You're gonna use your action to attack with your short bow.
Yeah, that's cool. No, I will. I'll give you advantage on it.
The hawk cries from above, sharpening your focus, and you almost feel like your vision tunnel in as you draw the bow back to make your shot.
Cool. And I will use sharpshooter on that. So a -5.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And then -5 to the 25s for a 20.
Yep. Give her a 20.
I need to check really. Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let's
so
go.
Sharpshooter.
automatic 10
Plus whatever
plus
this is.
plus a 6
16.
Plus-
Ooh.
plus a d4. Nice.
Oh, shit.
20 damage.
Yes.
Whoa.
Holy shit, dude.
That's wild.
What?
Cool.
That's why you don't give sharpshooters to level 3s.
You see, like, you pull an arrow and, like, she grabs an arrow and, like, you guys are, like, it's almost like two people, like, loading their muskets to see who can do it faster. And you release your arrow, like, right before she's able to release hers. And it just, like, hits her in the shoulder and, like, causes her to, like, spin around. And she, like, pulls back up. You just see blood is, like, covering her tunic. And she has to, like wince through the pain to draw her bow back again as she like starts like she's about to release it at you, and you see she turns to the leader, and we'll see what that means on her turn.
Oh.
Yeah, big fucking hit. He's really fucking hurt, and the shit.
Okay.
Damn.
And
Damn,
then
20 points
I'm
of damage,
gonna
she's still gonna go
move.
down. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, no, these are tough baddies, though.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would kick this much ass, though. I'm
I mean, to be honest, I'm hurting real bad.
How do you ping again?
If you hold left click
hold it
and
down.
hold. Yeah.
Do I have to have an arrow out or something?
Are
There
you
you
trying to like?
If
see how
I
much-
go there, like, dude, what are these rocks doing? Is that
Yeah, so that is an elevated area. So it starts. It's kind of like a small hill that you go up here, and this would be considered like difficult terrain. You probably have to climb some if you wanted to like go
I'm
from
thinking
here.
about hiding
to
from her behind these rocks. Are they tall enough for that?
No, because so she's
Okay.
above it, like looking
Okay.
down on that.
Gotcha. Maybe I'll
so-
just get in front of Ku and give him some protection. So I'll just
Okay.
move there on Pamela.
Oh, you kind of like take a step forward as you see Ku rush out of the darkness. That is the end of your turn.
Yes, and then I guess for Pamela's turn, piece of the land. Sorry, 1 second.
You're good. You can use your bonus action to command her to do something. Otherwise, she'll
Otherwise-
just take the dodge action, making it harder for her to get hit.
Perfect. Okay. Yeah, she'll do the dodge.
Cool. Yeah. So if anyone tries to attack her, they have to do it with disadvantage, and she has advantage on any dexterity saving throw. Yes, I mean.
Awesome.
All right. That'll bring it to Chickadoo. Bernie, your turn.
I think that Bernie, with moonlight in her eyes and stardust coming off of her fingers, is just going to point towards the moonbeam, saying that the drow leader has emerged from it, and just a slight little smirk curls on her lips, happy that she was able to actually make contact and seeing the damage that it did. So she's just gonna clench her fist and pull it towards her, and then the moonbeam is gonna shift to be right over that drow leader again.
Okay. Cool.
So just using my action to move my moonbeam, and I don't think. Is there anything else I want to do? Yeah, I actually think that is it. That's all I can do. So just
All right.
concentrating on that moonbeam and keeping. Oh, is she over there now?
No, I'm just needing to
Oh, gotcha.
move them out of the way so I can move them in.
Got it.
Oh my god, she transformed. Teleport.
Teleport. Yeah, and that
Got
is
it. Cool.
what
So
you
yeah,
do.
you just focus on the energy, and you guys literally see like just this like solid beam of moonlight shining down and like moving in place, like an alien hover ship, like glassing a planet or something, just moving into place to scorch her some more with radiant light. Awesome. That's so dope. That's gonna bring it to this Drow's turn. She shouts something in Elvish towards this the lady over here. You hear her shout, and for those of you that speak Elvish, you roughly translate, "He's dead. I'm hurt. We need to go." And she gains the last of her strength, releases the arrow at you, Itland. That is gonna be pick a D. Come the fuck on. A 13 to hit?
Nope.
Yay!
You see that she's like wincing with pain from the arrow she has in her shoulder. It goes wide. She curses in Elvish and grabs the arrow stuck in her shoulder and rips it out and screams back at the leader, "Ow!" Again in Elvish. That is gonna be no, and then you hear her whisper a command to her spider companion, who then. That's right. That's what I was in the middle of doing, and then I got distracted by everything.
What? Distracted DM? No
Right.
way.
Why
It's
did
not
you
like
just
there's-
delete?
50 characters on the map.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Wait till we get to a castle filled with like multiple goblin clans.
Yeah, waiting for
Oh
that.
my
That's going to be
God.
awesome.
Like, that's not giving me an aneurysm.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. It is then going to. Yeah, he's gonna say fuck it. Do I? He hasn't. Oh, yeah. We're just gonna say that. What if you do? Yeah, there it is. Okay. The spider, he is going to move. Five, which will provoke opportunity from right here. 5 from Dominic and Bernie.
Bernie used her reaction already.
Well, it came back around to my
Okay.
turn.
Oh, that's true.
Yes, it
so-
did.
Right.
But I actually am going to hold my reaction. I'm not going to use it for this.
Okay, it's gonna move right there.
I will use my reaction to attack it, though.
Okay, go for it.
So 14.
That hits.
All right.
Nice.
That is lightning as well, so 10 points of
Yeah.
slashing damage and another
Woohoo.
d4 of lightning, so that is another 2, so 12 points of damage altogether.
Damn.
Yeah.
As my rapier just kind of talent just whips out and just gets it right on one of its hind legs as it's running away.
You slash across the hind legs, and you can feel just how tough that carapace, that exoskeleton is. As you definitely kind of like bend and wound and bludgeon the leg a little bit, but you don't seem to even break the skin as it strides past you. This big, monstrous creature. Good hit though. It closes the distance between itself and you, Kitland. It rears back on its hind legs, revealing these large pincers, and tries to bite down on you. That is going to be a natural 19, 24 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That is going to be 8 piercing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Good boy.
Okay, not against magic, just regular. Okay.
Just against regular old spider venom.
16.
That is going to pass, so you will
Ooh.
only take 3 poison damage.
Damn.
Damn.
And then that is going to be the end of the spider's turn. That brings us to Respis. And then Stars, you're coming up.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
My
so
name
good.
is totally Raspus, and here we go. I think that Respis is going to charge after the spider. Let's see, how far can I get?
Hold on 1 second. Sorry,
worries.
Respis.
Yeah.
You did 20 damage to my lady hunter.
Sorry, wait.
Kittens?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she actually failed her saving throw, and the darkness is dispelled.
Oh.
Hey.
And you can see
yeah.
now, standing behind you, this kind of roguish younger male drow just go, "Oh, hello, everybody." Now,
Hello,
suddenly
everyone.
exposed.
That's fantastic. Okay, cool. So, I would like to take Respis. He's going to charge after the spider, but go around the bush the other way so that he can get up to that drow man that just was revealed. Like, he starts moving into the darkness, just not like thinking all the way, and then he gets in it and disappears. Then he sees the drow right in front of him, and he's like, "Oh, well, let me get you instead." And
Yeah,
so he,
I like that.
Yeah,
so
'cause
30,
I was gonna say there's actually a hill here as well, but the spider was able to climb up it quite easily
Cool.
with its spider climb.
Got it. So I would like to go 30 feet here.
Okay.
I cannot move Respis at the moment.
Oh, there, I gotcha.
Nice.
Is that where you
And
want
then it is. And then with my pole arm, I believe I can reach him, right? 10 feet?
You can.
Sick. So I'm going to take a swing with my pole arm master. Do I want reckless or do I just give advantage?
I believe he is raging.
He is raging. Last time we saw, yeah.
He is?
Yep.
Yes.
Sick. Okay. In that case, then advantage on strength checks, saving throws, not attacks. So I get melee. Sorry, I'm just checking. Rage doesn't give me advantage though, correct? It's just
No, it does
No,
not.
it does not.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'm just going to do a reckless attack
Okay.
against this guy. So that's going to be boop 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 boop. Pole arm master. +5 to hit. Back up!
Love
I
that.
can't find the dice. Where's my dice? I'm sorry, it's not working. I just
Abigail,
want.
you're fired from D&D.
Oh my god! Rightly so. Okay, it's not letting me just click on it to roll it, and I don't know where the dice. There's no dice on this page, which is really interesting. So I'm going to use Bernie's page to roll this,
Okay.
and then add 5
sure.
to it.
Okay.
Okay, so +5 to hit. Boy, that is slow right now. Nice.
You can also roll dice in Roll20 if you just want to use that as well.
Got it. So 19 plus
cool.
5 is 24 for the first, and I have advantage because I'm reckless, so rolling that second one. And yeah, okay, so I'm going to take that 24 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely does it.
Amazing. 1d4 plus 3 damage. D4.
Wait, 1d4.
Pull on Ruster bonus. Oh, that's the bonus attack. My
Yeah, I
bad.
was about to
Bonus
say.
action. Yeah, that's him hitting with like the other side of it on it as a bonus.
So 1d10 plus 3 is what I need to be
There it is.
rolling.
There it is.
Sorry, just need to.
Oh, good.
I had to scroll up a little bit. Okay, so that's going to be 8, and because I'm raging, I also add his Divine Fury, which is 1d6 plus 1 radiant damage.
Yes, and did you add the +2 from the rage in that 8?
I did not.
Okay, so
So-
8 plus 2 because his rating is 10, plus another 2 from the Divine Fury is 12 all day.
Yep.
Sick.
Damn. 12
Okay.
points of damage right there. What's up?
Bonus attack, I'm going to do it again. It would be so much easier if I could just roll this from his sheet, but I don't know what's going on. Roll.
Yeah, you see the drow kind of like, where the fuck did you come from? As he's caught off guard by this raging fucking goat man.
And I don't believe I can do reckless on a bonus attack, right? Is it
Correct.
only...
Yes.
Okay.
On any attack. In fact, I believe reckless means all of your attacks have advantage, and all attacks.
Oh,
have
amazing.
Have disadvantage.
So, okay, that's going to be... I don't think this
Check
hit.
that.
it's a 3 plus 5 and then a 2 plus 5. So 3 and a 2 on the dice.
Yeah.
So I believe both
So
of
it's
those.
with an
A
8
miss.
will not do it.
Okay.
So he kind of gets his footing as you come in for that bonus attack, and he's able to easily dodge it away.
Okay, and that is it. And I just realized it's because I don't think I have access to his page. I'm just looking at it, so that's why I can't.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But
That's
you did
okay. We'll make it
wonderfully.
work.
Thank you so well. You got a good bit of damage in. As you kind of like slash across him, and he does that thing where he like gets just out of the way, but it kind of cuts the leather on his torso just a little bit, leaving a thin red line. Cool. That is gonna be his turn now. As he just kind of spits at you, Respis, and he says, "I'll deal with you later." And 2 of these like web knives form in his hands, and he just like hurls them almost without looking as he spins his whole body around back in Ku's direction. He seems to really like picking on Ku. So the first one, Ku, is a natural 2, does a 7 hit.
That one does not.
And then he throws another one using his bonus action with his offhand. A 21 to hit.
Oof.
Yes, that does hit.
He does not have advantage on this roll, so I don't get to add another d6 to the damage. But you will take 8 force damage as one of the knives connects. Oh, I'm sorry, 5 force damage. Because I don't have my modifier to the dice.
And I turn invisible.
Nice.
You hear him shout out, "Lady Zara's got a point!" And that's all he says as he kind of shouts that back to the leader of the group. That brings us back, to Stars' turn, and then back to the top of the order to you, Donna.
Okay. So does it seem like they're running away?
You have heard 2 of them because you probably speak the best Elvish out of anyone in the group. You heard the female drow over here basically say, "He's dead," referring to the man who just died at your feet. "I'm hurt. Need to go." And then she punctuated it with "now," and then you heard the other one say, "Maybe Zara," Szarra for those that wish to take notes. Maybe Zara's got a point.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
Roll me an insight check, Stars.
Beautiful. Great idea.
Uh-huh.
Love that idea.
22.
You're getting the impression that they are trying. They have a desire to retreat.
I think they're on the retreat.
We've got them on the run.
And then, Dom, did you say you were hurting?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
From that
And-
poison blast, you kind of seen the blood just kind of pooling under his eyes, and he's just like coughing up. And he's like, "Oh, this is not great."
Oh no. Okay. So here's what Stars is going to do. Why not? Yeah.
Whoa.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Whee!
Lovely. Because we got Moonbeam over here still firing up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So Stars takes aim with her short bow at the one who was speaking Elvish. Elvishan? That was good. Definitely Elvish.
Elvish.
Maybe this will do it. And takes a crack at it. What do we get? 22 to hit.
Nice.
Holy crap.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
man. Look at that.
The one up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Can I?
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see that damage. Damage. That is 7 piercing.
Fantastic.
Horace,
Uh-huh.
how do you want to do this?
Ah!
Nice.
Let's go.
Shit. Oh, dang. I think she probably... Where did she aim? Oh. just in general, I think it goes through her throat.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right.
It literally goes in one end of the throat and out the other end of her throat, and you see she just drops her bow, and like her legs go kind of like limp, and she just like crumples over herself as she falls to the ground.
Wow. Oh.
Sarah sings to Dom, "Be healed," and cast Healing Word.
Nice.
Let's go. Big
All right.
turn.
Hell yeah,
Ooh.
6. Love
There you
that.
go,
Thank
6.
you, Stars.
Anything else?
I think Stars is good right here.
Comment. Your turn.
All right. Well, Stars said they're trying to retreat. How does the leader look? Does she look?
Pissed.
She looks pissed. Okay. Shit. All right, Dominic.
Pure rage on her face. Her skin is peeling back. She's taking damage. She did heal some of it on herself on her turn. She does seem to be some kind of powerful, magic user. But beyond that, yeah, not sure.
Right. I do something crazy, or do I just keep it safe?
What would Dom do?
Fuck it. Dom is pissed. He's just gonna yell, "You're going nowhere!" And he's gonna run forward, and in mid-run, he's going to transform into his hybrid form, and he's gonna just get right in her face.
Get over here.
Ernie,
Yes.
you've been pretty focused on Malice this entire encounter. Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Perception. 7.
Okay.
Oh, actually, do I get advantage? I might get advantage. Hang on.
Yes, because you're
Oh,
in
you
your
do.
hawk,
Your hawk, yeah.
your doohickey-doo.
Yeah, I think. I just want to double check and make sure it's
Let's
the right totem.
It's perception. It's hawk, yeah.
Yep.
Dick. Okay. Let me do it one more time. Come on. Ooh, better. What is that? 18.
Ooh, 18. Nice.
Nice. Okay, cool. You watch as this woman seems furious and rage. It doesn't even begin to describe it. I mean, she is anger fucking incarnate right now. And as Dominic transforms, you see it distracts her, and you see for just like a split second that rage becomes almost like an intense curiosity.
Oh.
You might even
Interesting.
say fascination, something about it delights or tickles her. Go ahead, Dominic.
All right. And I'm just gonna rush up to her, and as soon as I get in front of her, fully transformed, I'm gonna take my swings at her with my claws.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Oh.
Gonna do it.
All right. So this first one is gonna be 10 points of slashing damage with one claw.
Damn.
Okay.
And then I think I get the second with my claws. Yep. So once I make an attack action with an unarmed strike, you can make an additional strike. Oh, as a bonus action. Never mind. I use my bonus action to transform. So I'm just in her face and just slash right across her face with my my claws.
You see the fascination turn to horror as Dominic goes so quickly and just lands this devastating blow. She's able to get out of the way and avoid most of it, but you still get a good chunk of her arm, and you see she's nursing it as she stumbles backwards a little bit.
And as she looks up at Dom, he has this just predatory grin across his snout.
So she's been kind of hovering roughly a foot in the air, but you're almost tall enough to look her in the eye in your new form. As it becomes her turn, I need to roll a con saving throw. Bernie?
Correct. Con 13.
Oh, that is a natural 2, hon.
Whoa! Max damage. Max
Yes,
damage.
come on.
This dice goes over here.
Let's go! I rolled a 10 and a 6. 16!
Hell yeah.
Oh, fuck.
16 radiant, baby.
Oh.
What?
You see,
God.
she just kind of like stands there as like the moonlight just burns her a little bit more. She kind of like rears her head back and reacts to it, and then just like breathes and like centers herself in the pain as the moonbeam is still just tearing away her flesh on her face and like peeling it back. Parts of her hair is falling out. She just stares daggers into you, Dominic. And now she has a choice to make with her action. You see, this woman is a cleric. She can cast Spare the Dying on one of 2 allies.
Mm-hmm.
She looks to the female drow who has just gone down, and she looks to the male drow that has gone down a round earlier. I haven't seen Last of Us. And she casts Spare the Dying on the female drow, and in another second you see the female drow laying on the ground become covered in webbing that just appears seemingly out of nowhere. The giant spider that you're battling, Ku, also begins to get covered in this webbing. The drow rogue that Respis is standing off with 1v1 also gets covered in webbing, and you see he kind of relaxes his posture and winks at Respis. But the male drow in front of you, Staris, he is not covered in the same webbing. It begins to cover up the female leader as well, similarly to the Sanctuary spell, but a little bit differently. And as quickly as it covers them up, it disappears in a puff. And you see webs just like floating in the air and dancing and dissipating in stillness. The spider, the rogue, the ranger, and the cleric have all vanished without a trace.
Oh, man. I hate when they get away.
As she casts her channel divinity, Mother's
Whoa.
Recall.
Whoa,
Mother's
cool.
Recall.
Wow.
Weird. Was it
I made
special
it
Spare
up.
the Dying?
I
Nice.
made it up.
That's sick.
That was good. I like
Was it what?
A special Spare the Dying? I'm gonna be. It's
They
my
were
turn to be
rolling
that
death-
guy.
They were rolling death saves.
It's a 15-foot range.
Oh.
Ooh. It was a special Spare the Dying.
Okay, good. That's what I wanted to make sure.
Yes.
Legendary
yes,
Spare the
be that
Dying.
guy. Yes, I love it.
Sparkly.
Just for kicks and
Sparkly
giggles,
Spare the
man.
Dying.
That's great.
Yeah, it was. Fuck you.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally cool. I was just look. I couldn't see in darkness. Okay, it's whatever.
Amazing. Right.
I couldn't do fairy fire. It's fine. It's fine.
Come on, it's the rule of cool.
Sure.
Rule of cool. Oh,
yeah.
man. Cool. Oh shit.
You
You're all right.
Where do they go?
I'm fine.
I'm gonna reach my hand down to Ku to offer to pull him up onto Pamela.
Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
Q is like little tiny pulp.
Right, let's go over to the wizard, see if he's got any of those white rocks in his pocket.
The white explodey rocks.
The special white rock.
So I'd like to do that with Ku also riding Pamela. But while riding down there, can I just glance over and see if the archer lady left any bows or left her, or sorry, any arrows or left her bow?
So yeah, you kind of glance up at the hill. You see it looks like maybe a handful of arrows slipped out of her quiver when she fell. But as the Spare the Dying resolved and the teleportation spell began to take effect, it does appear that she was able to grab her bow, and you don't see any
Sure.
sign of that. But there are a few arrows.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
I'll
I'm
say
gonna
on the
peel
ground.
out, and we're gonna make a pit stop.
Yeah.
Pick those up.
I'll actually say you find 3 arrows, Kitland, and these arrows roll me an investigation check.
Guide. I'm gonna help him
Okay, cool.
with guidance. Are you looking for arrows? All right, you don't need it.
Because I didn't find any.
25.
Cool. You find 3 arrows that are still usable, and you pick them up and you investigate them a little bit, and you can actually see that there's like a shimmer or like kind of a sheen on the arrow themselves. And after spending a minute kind of looking at it and studying it, you realize that there's like a deadly toxin on on these 3 arrowheads. So you have 3 arrows in your inventory that will do an additional 2d6 poison damage.
Damn.
You're the last person I should be giving shit like that to, but
Let's go. Barney's gonna take a breath and just close her eyes and like let out a deep sigh, and drop the
as you
moonbeam.
do that,
Mhm.
Bernie,
Mhm.
as you take that deep sigh and drop your spell, you feel a hand grab your ankle.
Yeah.
And you look down at the monk who had been battling you just moments before, and he looks up at you with bloodshot eyes, just gurgling, and then you hear him exhale as he finally...
Holy shit. I thought we
Let's roll
were
that
rolling
one on
death
his death
saves.
save.
Yeah.
I did, yeah. I rolled that one.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He not died.
He did.
He could have popped up, and that would have been wild.
Yeah. I will. Yeah, I'm gonna bend down and check pulse just to like really make sure that he's dead. And while I'm kind of passively doing that, can I just take a look around our surroundings, make sure that we really are alone again, and that there's nothing creeping up on us?
Roll me a perception check.
Except for Kitland and Pamela.
Just slowly meandering over to a dead body.
Okay, so that's a 19.
You do have advantage on this, but I'll say a 19 is pretty good. And you're able to see that there are still like a few shapes kind of crawling around in some of the webs. There do appear to be a large spider here or there, still in some of the trees around you. But otherwise, you're getting the sense that these spies are probably going to be everywhere. But nobody seems intent on like being hostile with you at the moment.
Okay, got it.
Hugh, maybe we should be a bit careful checking his pockets. You're keen on the arcane? Could you just give him a once over before we go digging around? They seemed a bit explodey. Dominic, how you going?
Dominic is still in his huge hulking Strigoi form, and he just looks over and just kind of grunts. And then you see him just kind of take a deep breath and just exhale, and he just starts to transform back into Dominic after noticing everything is now done.
Great bear.
I'm gonna have to get used to that one. Status.
Kind of incredible.
Hey, Dominic.
It is.
Yep.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw real quick.
Knew that was happening.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, natural one.
I will say, wait. Is it a saving throw? Hang on. You get something
is.
from advantage on wisdom. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. You guys can keep doing what you want to do.
Oh, shit.
Wait, can you still use your reaction with the hawk on the... Or is that just on
That's
attack?
for attack roll. Yeah, it's
Nice.
just attack roll.
All right. Come to think of it, Storis, maybe that little ghost hand you've got that you turn the skulls with might be better for digging around in his pocket, and we shouldn't be so close.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. And actually,
I'm gonna follow.
at that moment, she cast her mage hand to check the corpse in front of her, just like to practice. I don't know.
How
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
manipulating this corpse with your mage hand? Keeping in mind the mage hand can only really handle or manage about 5 pounds of weight. If you're
I
trying
think
to
it's 10
pick
pounds.
him up and flip him over.
No. More
I'm
like
so
pat him
proud of
down.
you right now, by the way. I've never been more in love.
Happy birthday.
If you ever roll check me again, I'm gonna lose it. But I mean, so I guess what do you mean by patting him down, right? Because you're not getting because I imagine when he got his throat slit and he was on his knees, he kind of just fell over, so he's like laying on his belly. So
Okay. So is he wearing pants? Is he?
He's wearing clothes.
Okay.
Roll me an investigation check as you kind of give him a little pat down with the hand and just observe what you can observe.
Investigation, you said?
Yes.
All right, here we go. 8.
Okay. With an 8, you can see that he's dressed. It's hard to access like a lot of his pockets because he is laying on his belly. From the rear, you can with an 8. I think that's the best you get. Is that you're gonna have to kind of flip him over in some way to really get access to anything he might be holding. But you see that he's clearly unarmed. He doesn't have his glass staff on him. He doesn't appear to have anything on his belt, or like any pouches along the back. And from like the pockets you can get from maybe he's got like some side pockets you have access to. There doesn't appear to be anything inside any of those.
Sure, it's worth a try. All right, let's see. And makes her way over here.
Olmec, stand back.
Distance. Now that's a really
I will
really good point.
stand. I'll move back
maybe
10
take a step
feet.
back. Maybe we can probably go a little further.
All right. Well, then I'll move over to the other dead body.
Okay.
Everybody's making comments of he might explode.
Yeah.
You know what? Good call.
All right.
I think Barney's just deeply confused right now.
All right, let's see what we got. And takes her mage hand and tries to kind of rummage through pockets.
Yeah. So again, with the 8 investigation check, the pockets you can access appear to be.
Sorry, I thought that was the monk. I was on Tierno now. Yeah.
My mistake. That was an 8 just on the monk. And you were doing that with mage hand, or you were just okay? Got it. Yeah. So with an 8 on the monk,
I was practicing.
He's got cloth pants. He's got bindings, kind of wrapped around his feet. He appears to have no possessions. I will say his whip is still on the ground next to Ierno somewhere. But other than that, he appears to have nothing on him but scars.
And that was was that for Guillermo or was that for the monk?
That was the monk.
That was for the monk.
The monk.
Ierno, I've kind of given you guys some free information, but I think it's all stuff you could have picked up on your own. But it's hard to tell with what he has on his back.
Gotcha.
You can attempt to mage hand his side pockets and see if you find anything, but you figure he might have stuff on his belt on the front.
Okay, got it.
Gotcha.
On the belt on the back because it's easier to pickpocket than there. He might have some straps or satchels or something you don't really remember, but you don't really see anything from the back view.
Got it.
Okay. Got it.
And you clearly don't notice that he doesn't have his staff on him either.
Maybe we should flip him over.
I can help you with that. Yeah. Who thinks that this body is going to explode?
It's the white rocks, right? They were exploding, so just be careful is all.
I understood.
Gently roll him over.
I'll move forward and help move him over.
Yeah.
Just kind of flip him.
I'm gonna sit down and cast Good Berry and just eat one.
Nice.
Yeah, because Q is
Stress out?
Q is feeling it. Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Dominic, you're able to roll him over easy enough. It's dead weight. Not to put, not to be crude. You should take some effort, but you're able to do it. And once you roll him over, you kind of take a moment to take him in. Everything happens so quickly. You can see that his clothing looks a little bit more simpler. You can see that his hands are still bound. You can see where his shirt is completely, his tunic is stained with blood from where his throat was slit. And you can see now that he has like no pouches. He doesn't have a big overcoat that could be concealing a lot of pockets. He's really just got like some basic pockets on his pants and maybe like one on his shirt that you could investigate further. But it looks like that he's probably been prisoner for a day or two, and the drow were pretty thorough in stripping him of his belongings.
Okay.
It seems like he's been stripped of all his belongings and he's just been here as a prisoner, so we might not be able to find anything.
I'm gonna hop off Pamela. Is there a bit of a place that me kind used to hide our valuables? And I'm gonna open his mouth and look for any like false molars.
Ooh.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
thought you were gonna talk about the prison wallet. I was about to be like, "Whoa, bro!"
I was like, oh. Did we turn him back over?
I'm about to take the golden die away from you guys. Roll me an investigation check as you like stick your fingers in his mouth and try to find like a loose tooth or something.
Nine.
It does not seem that Ierno has anything hidden in his mouth. It's none of his teeth wiggle loose. No fillings or anything that you can discover where he might have hidden some more of this raw material that you guys are searching for. Which kind of leads you to assume that whatever he had, he either got rid of it before the drow found him, who knows where it could be, or they discovered it and they haven't.
I think last question regarding Glassstaff's just body here.
Sure.
Are there any markings on his skin? Like if I were to just like unbutton the top button on his shirt kind of thing, trying to be like weirdly respectful, but also trying to see if there's any markings like on his chest, up his arms, on his neck. I don't know. Anything of that sort.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check. And let me ask you this, Bernie. How modest are you trying to keep the body?
I think that's a 3. That sucked. But definitely nothing. Basically anything around outside of the unmentionables, I'm going to keep pretty buttoned up. Like I'm just kind of, I might unbutton a few things on the shirt to look at his chest in like a way where I can really see it. Roll up the sleeves, roll up the pant leggings, like that kind of thing, but nothing beyond that.
Yeah, you try to search some areas for like some types of markings, anything that could give you a clue about who this guy is, or maybe who he's affiliated or what he was doing. You pull up some sleeves, you unbutton, sure, you roll up the pant leg, but you don't find anything, especially with that 3 investigation that really stands out. And I think at a certain point, after like looking in like 3 or 4 places, a part of you maybe even starts to get a little uncomfortable with it, and you're just kind of like, all right, I think I'm kind of barking up the wrong tree here.
Yep. It looks like they picked him clean. Nothing really here that's going to tell us any more information than what we already know.
Right, well, he was a powerful guy, so that means that this Spider Queen lady was, I guess, even more powerful than we thought.
I don't think that was her. That older lady that we were all fighting, you think that's that Spider Queen?
I don't think it was her, but I think that she's got a bit of that spider-ness about her. It's spooky to me, yeah?
Yeah,
It's possible.
I agree.
Well, the one thing that we are sure of is that they were afraid of him enough to kill him.
Hmm.
And whatever he's learned marked him for death.
Here's what I don't get, though. The marking for death part, right? We've been wandering these woods with very clear intentions, either to fight or to make peace. They had the strength to kill the wizard. Why haven't they killed us yet? If they've gotten a whole army, what are they waiting on?
The goblins or the spiders?
The spiders. They're the ones with the eyes everywhere. And
Well,
Bernie kind of like looks over her shoulder a little bit into the woods.
I think it was kind of what I think you said last time. They're fighting a war on two fronts at this point, and they're trying to gather their armies. So why, now that they've seen how powerful we are, we did take out two of them fairly easily. Are they really wanting to screw with a bunch of adventurers that might jeopardize their plan?
I got a theory
You're
on
all
that.
look. Mm-hmm.
If you'll humor me for just a second. I don't know as much about all this as y'all do, but them elves and pale elves that y'all were fighting, they seemed pretty subservient. Spider Queen, pretty willing to do her bidding. People can be easily manipulated that way, I think, loyal to a cause, to a person, to an ideal. But spiders, these spies that you keep talking about, well, maybe a part of them is still beast folk. Maybe part of them is still just a natural spider. Maybe she can only influence them so much. But maybe they'll watch and report, but fight and to hurt and to kill, maybe that's something else entirely. But I don't know much. I just think nature's a little harder to tame, than people are.
That's a good insight there.
Mhm.
I agree. I mean, it's possible that she's just kind of coaxing. I mean, Kitland, it's kind of the same with you and Pamela. You can coax her to do something, but if it's going to trigger her fight or flight, it's going to be a lot harder to control her.
Right. Which
The
is got me
spiders are-
thinking. Q, could I talk to you over by this dead body here for a second?
You're going for a
Oh.
cup of tea, are you?
Check the
Oh.
prison wallet.
Q?
Yeah.
Did someone say
as-
tea?
I think I've got
As-
some in my bag. Should I pull it out? I could have a little cup
Yeah.
right now.
as Ku and Kitland kind of like walk away to go have a little council by themselves, Restus kind of says, "Well, y'all, I got some good news, some bad news, and some worse news for you. So I guess we'll just go in order.
No,
good
no,
news-
no, no, no. Reverse. Reverse the whole thing.
Uno reverse.
All right. Well, it won't make as much sense, but I'll do it your way since you asked so nicely. The worst news is I think I'm gonna leave. Get back to my girls. I really, I mean this with all sincerity. I do believe in what you guys are doing, but I think it's a little too much for me. It's one thing to go busting goblin schools. It's another thing to get caught up with elves and spiders and wars and whatnot. And I got my girls to look after. So I think this is where we're going to part ways. We wish you all the best of luck. The bad news is this tree right here is covered in a whole bunch of webs, which is going to make it a lot harder to see the good news, which is that this is the last skull tree that I saw on my journey. This is as far as I could take you anyways. But yeah, I guess it kind of made sense that order too. It wasn't too bad. I'll be seeing you. And he just kind of leaves.
Just meanders. All right.
Before he leaves, Respis, we can't. I just kind of like lightly touch his arm before he leaves. And I'll pull out a one of the little grass braids that I've been working on and stick it out to him. Now I'm not really sure whether you want to put this on yourself or on one of your girls. Could look good on them as well. But thank you for all your help. We really do appreciate it and couldn't have gotten this far without you.
He smiles quite fondly at the wonderful gift you've given him. And you see he takes a moment and kind of weaves it into his, like, goat tufty beard that he has hanging from his chin. He says, I really appreciate this. This is a fine gift. And, yeah, I think you guys are a real special group. Good luck to y'all. Stay safe.
I'm gonna like take my hat off. In
So
shame.
bald.
So shiny.
And,
So bold.
We're all blinded
Yeah.
immediately.
Kind of looking at my
New
feet.
beam.
Yeah.
I want to go into my backpack and pull out a piece of paper and hand it to him and say, Rispus, I don't think I should have this. It just doesn't feel right. It was me plans, but knowing you and all that you've helped us, I don't think I can be doing this. So destroy this if you would. And I'm gonna hand him the drawing I made the other day.
He
Which
takes it. He looks at it. He kind of sighs a little bit. Puts his hand on your shoulder. I appreciate this. And he puts it in his pocket. And as his hand comes out of his pocket, in a small fist, he opens it in front of you. And there's one ink of a not a basilisk. They are called cockatrice. Thank you. Pulls out a small cockatrice bead.
you mean it.
I had a feeling I knew what you were after. Now, this is a pretty rare ingredient, and it's vital in making antidotes for petrification. I got a couple more, but I'll let you have this one. You can use it for your design. It would be a very powerful weapon. Or give it to one of your friends who knows how to make potions. They could turn it into a potion that could heal the petrification process. I'll leave it up to you.
Right. Well, geez, thanks, Respis. You've been just great to our whole group here.
Next time you guys come and visit, it'd be really nice if you did it without an army of goblins following you. But that being said, please do come back and visit.
Where's the fun in that? We'll bring more next time.
That's right. No promises, Respis.
He kind of laughs and like waves goodbye to you guys. Good luck figuring out that tree. And then walks and begins to make the trek back home. You see, kind of disappears in the woods after a few moments. Bid you all goodbye. On farewells. You turn back to the tree, and you see now that the tree he's pointed out, we'll say it's like maybe this one right here. You can see that it's just shrouded in webbing, but you can see the occasional skull like poking through it. But it's really hard to tell where the top skull is because of all the webbing and which direction it's facing. You're not sure if the webbing is maybe manipulated the skull to make it face a different way than it would if it just hung naturally.
Stars reaches out with her mage hand again to try to get rid of some of the webs. Maybe this will work.
Okay, cool. So you're just kind of like starting at like the top of the tree and working your way through the webbing?
Yeah.
Roll me, we'll say a sleight of hand check.
Ooh. 23.
Oh, nice.
So because of like the stickiness and like the tensile strength of the webbing, the hand, especially being so light, a force of magic, you find that it's really easy to get stuck to the webbing. So you realize you have to be really delicate with this. And it takes you like a good 15, 20, 25 minutes But you start to just kind of meticulously like pull it away, almost like like a thick strand at a time. And your fingers are so delicate and so used to this kind of fine motor skill movement because of your musical training. So while it does take some time, you're very patient, you're very delicate with it. And after about like 25 minutes, you see that Starrest has like cleared a majority of the webbing around the top of the tree. Which causes the skull to finally, after like a few more moments of doing it, you see it emerges, and you keep picking away at it, and you know that soon she'll be able to get it like free where it can hang loosely. But you're slowly starting to see the direction that it's facing. So like while she's doing this for like the last 5-10 minutes to get this last skull free, what would you all kind of like to be doing during this time that she's taking to do this?
Short rest.
Yeah. Kneel down for
Okay.
a short rest. Yeah.
Right, but Q,
can
could I
start that
just
process,
get a
for
hand
sure.
real quick with what I was trying to say before Respis so kindly left us? And I want to go back over to the body over here.
Oh, right.
He really wants to have just like a heart to heart, man.
Next to the dead
starting
body.
to bloat and like stink now. So like everything is way less pleasant. Yeah, that's gross. That's too real.
That's so funny.
And yeah, I'll just say to Q, oh, I don't know if you gnomes are like me gnomes, but we're a knot tying bunch, and I was wondering if you could guide me and help me tie this whip round Pamela's tail and tie a real nice knot. And she needs to be able to protect herself a bit better in fights, and she couldn't do the axe, but a whip she could surely handle off her tail.
I would love to help. This sounds fantastic. Who is near delirious? Anyone who is willing to move on his own volition has been staggering from place to place, propping himself against anything that he can lean on.
Jesus. All you are is a brain, dude. All you are is a brain.
All right, we'll get you some rest here soon.
Yep.
Soon.
After I'm through with you, you can have rest.
After doing this. Wow.
Suck it up.
So yes,
Yeah, suck it up.
I will cast guidance.
Right,
Okay.
and
Nice.
Yeah.
could I even have you like go around the other side of like the thick part of her tail too? And
Yeah,
we'll,
okay.
we'll do it together.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you guys are just walking up to Pamela and tying a whip to her tail?
That's right.
So it's
I was gonna say, is she gonna allow this?
so it's a pretty short, like leather whip, right? It's not like an Indiana Jones whip. It's more like a weird sex thing almost. It's like a short, like black leather handle, and it's got several leather straps that you can see.
Oh, like a little flail.
It's like a
Like
cattail.
little-
yeah.
little metal rings woven into them. That he was just using to literally just flail and whip himself.
Happens
with
if
it.
I type in sex.
Does he have like leather straps on his body to tie it just to the very end of her tail?
You see that he's got like a little bit of rope around his waist for a belt and some bindings, like some cloth bindings around his feet and like ankles up like halfway at the shins. And like that same bindings kind of around his like hands and wrist.
Well, yeah. So
no,
when I
no,
pick
like
up the
leather
whip, I'll
straps.
just say, "No." When I heard whip, I thought it would be a bit longer than this, but we can give it a go.
I never knew that the D in BDSM stood for dino.
Pretty sure that's a
Yeah.
B, Bernie.
No.
Or bino?
No. Yeah,
Bino?
no. Yeah, bino? I
No.
mean, you never know.
No, they're made for
Oh,
for
BDSM.
flatu-
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
you're
made
right. Yeah. Got it.
It's fluctuation.
It's just...
And
Is this a party?
Oh, man. Is this a party? Oh, man.
Actually, you know what? Just because it's not like a
What's
whip,
happening?
I'll just
We're
leave
losing
it
ourselves.
and just I thought
Okay.
it was a longer whip.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
I didn't mean to ruin your thunder.
That's cool. But it's giving me an idea for the future.
I feel like mechanically though, like the shorter one
People would do a
might
little bit
make
better, yeah.
it's like well, 'cause
I
the
mean,
longer
if
one
it
would be
fits on her
harder.
tail, I am 100% down.
It seems that
You
the
are more than
ranger is
welcome to try.
taking
I will try.
some levels into
Okay, cool.
artificer.
Okay, you approach Pamela, and she sees you carrying this device, and she definitely seems like a little skeptical, a little like cautious, and kind of looking, like it's like that thing where like you're like start to chase a dog to get them to go inside, and they're like, oh, we're chasing each other, and like she's gonna kind of run from you a little bit.
We're playing?
I'll tell her it's all right, Pamela. Bernie, could you also tell her it's all right?
I think rather than telling her it's all right, I'm just going to ask her if she's all right,
That'd be great. Sure.
And I'll turn to Pamela and use my speech of the woods, and just kind of a few like grunting, weird dino noises come out. Are you all right with this? It looks like they want to attach that flexible weapon to the end of your tail, so that you can maybe have a weapon on yourself.
Why?
I think that Caitlin thinks that you need a little bit more, how do I say this? A little bit more snap behind your bite. A little bit more oomph.
What's wrong with my tail?
Your tail's perfect. But with this on it, I think you can just be a little bit stronger against our enemies. If you're into it.
Is this strong enough? Will you please roll me an attack roll, Kitlins, with Pamela?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
And this whole time,
that's
Dominic is just looking up at the tree with Star and going, yeah, I think that one next, and like trying to help
just
her.
a D20, Sean, and then I add 2 to it. Is that right?
I believe it's let me look at it really quick, but I believe it's like your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier, I think it's plus those 2 numbers. But if I click on the features and traits, and then I go to your primal companion, and then so it's got the maul attack. So it's gonna be weapon attack is your spell attack modifier to hit. So plus 4.
D20 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. 23.
19 plus 4, 23.
Yeah.
Koo, does a 24 hit you?
No!
Yep.
Yeah.
So Pamela, very playfully, here's like, you're gonna make your weapon, you're gonna make your tail stronger, and kind of defiantly was like, wait, my tail's not strong enough. And as you guys are like approaching her to tie this, whip tail on her, she's like, is this strong enough? And she just playfully like whips her tail around and smacks it right into your side, Koo. She's obviously not gonna hit Caitlin. And to her, this is just a game. She doesn't realize her own strength. Will you please roll damage for me, Caitlin?
Oh, dude, if Koo goes down from that, holy shit.
Yeah, hold on, let me find her in here.
Yeah.
Maul. God.
Be slam, and then it's gonna be 1d8 plus 2.
Good boy.
Boy.
Oh,
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh my god!
Oh, bro! 10
now-
points of
now,
damage.
Koo.
Holy shit.
Koo, Pamela
Oh.
is just playing with you. She is not trying to kill you. So this is this would be like basically like, going to knock the opponent unconscious, with an attack. She's not going for a kill strike kind of thing. So how much HP do you have right now?
3.
You just see Caitlin get smacked by, Koo gets smacked by this tail and is just out like a light. Just
Good berries. Good berries fly everywhere.
Oh no.
Pull out of him. And Pamela's like, no, did I kill him?
Give him some space, Pamela. Maybe here, come over here with me. Come over here with me. It's okay. It's okay.
I told you my tail was strong.
Bad, Pamela. Bad.
It's very
No.
it's very strong, Pamela.
You.
I'll rush out. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be fine.
She's like doing the like low belly crawl and like sniffing.
Oh. I'm gonna run over and shove a good berry in Koo's mouth.
Okay, yeah, you kind of moosh it, and help him kind of swallow the juice a little bit. A moment later, Koo, you pop back up with 1 HP.
So sorry, Koo.
I'm sorry. No, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry.
No.
I didn't mean to.
This is good. Koo points his finger up. This is strength. And this is knowledge. Pamela, your tail. It is powerful, yes.
Thank you.
Should only be used against enemies, of course.
That makes
As
sense.
to our current predicament, everyone craves knowledge. The players must progress as the game continues to get further in the game. Nobody knows what is below, but let the other team dig.
I think I broke him.
Let the other team dig.
What is he talking about?
What are you saying?
Who is delirious?
At this point, Pamela's gonna start licking his face and parts of his mouth. As she continues to apologize, and only you hear this, of course, Bernie.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to kind of interpret the noises.
No, just keep saying, back up. Go on.
Okay.
Hit.
You can tie the whip to my tail now if you want.
Oh, maybe let's just put the whip thing on ice, and we all get some rest, and we can come back to it when we're not all on the verge of death.
I think we need to put Koo on ice.
That would also be a good idea.
Morbid. Oh.
I'm sorry.
What is going on back there?
I don't know. Let's just focus on the skull. And we're
Okay.
both just looking up at the tree. You're like, yeah, that. Yeah, that. Yeah, that.
That one
No,
right there?
no.
Okay.
That
Stars,
one.
Oh, the other one. Okay.
Yeah.
Stars is so focused on the tree. It's just like, what's going on back there, dog? You look over and just see Koo get his lights knocked out. You're like, don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great.
Don't worry about it. You're doing great. Love it. Yeah. That one. Yeah, that one.
I'm gonna try to just pull Koo over and help him as much, but like to the safest spot in this little area here.
Yeah.
And get him set up. Sorry, do you want another good berry? It's about 8 on the ground here.
I'm surprised Pamela hasn't eaten them all up yet.
Oh, she's getting the finger snap and pointing the other way.
Ooh.
Leave it.
Yeah,
Leave it.
No.
Yeah, I'll pick up all of the good berries and I'll hand them back to Koo.
Cool. Very cool. At this time, Charis, I'll say you finally get like the last strand. The skull kind of like hangs free, and after swinging for a moment, it finally stops. Got a good indication of what direction it's pointing in now.
All right. I think we got it.
Cool.
You did a great job, Star.
Oh, thanks.
All right. Which way is it pointing?
That way. Star points the same direction.
Which way, Dan?
Dominic, if you'd like to roll me a survival check, you may.
Yes, sure. That way.
That's great.
Cool.
Or maybe that way?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Natural one. Yeah, I'm just kind of... I can't make heads or tails of it still with
It's
it
so
moving.
dark, you don't
Yeah.
have the sky to kind of help guide your direction. You don't get a good sense, so this journey's gonna be a little blind.
Yeah.
I can turn my lights up.
Yeah, I think that'll help. At least give us a kind of clear indication of where we need to go. But I think, do we want to rest here first? I know
Yeah.
Ku just got his world rocked. I think we might take a bit of a rest.
Oh, sure. I can play us. I can play us a nice soothing song too.
Okay. It's we'll say like kind of late-ish afternoon, right? It's about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, somewhere in there. It's hard to tell with how dark it is. So you guys could take a short rest. You absolutely could. But if you do, by the time you finish it, you'll only have maybe an hour or two of good daylight, especially if the forest continues this thick. I just want you to be aware of that.
Hmm.
Right. I mean, should we just take a long rest? We're all pretty beat up here. I know it. They might know that this is where we were last, but I think we proper scare them off.
I mean, if we take a long rest, then we will be in complete darkness once we wake.
Which might be all right. Uh, we can move a bit stealthier through the night.
I, I don't disagree with that. It might be more dangerous at night, but perhaps we can avoid it a little bit easier.
Right, and we can see just fine. Maybe we could take the front, Benny. Or the front in the back, rather.
Aye.
All right, then let's go ahead and get a look at that skull. So we know where we're gonna go after we rest.
Aye.
And
Okay.
Stars forms your lights to send them up so they can see it better.
I'm sorry, so you're doing what again?
Throwing up dancing lights just to softly glow so the skull is more illuminated and they can
Okay.
make out the direction better.
Okay, who's trying to discern the direction?
I'll give it a go.
Can I help?
Okay. Okay, you guys all kind of reconvene as Stars finishes up the work. Dominic is struggling to kind of make heads or tails of it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and let you make another survival check, Bernie.
Okay, cool. And let me just check. Oh, survival check. Got it. Cool. Okay.
With guidance.
Awesome.
Guidance,
Thank you.
Bernie.
He's starting to feel his old self again.
Oh,
That
wow. Nice.
and with
Very good.
guidance is cool. 18 total.
Hell yeah.
Okay. It wouldn't have been impossible to follow the path. It's generally hard to maintain going the same direction in the woods. So it's good to have a general sense of direction so you can kind of stop and check in and see where you're going. And Ernie, after kind of studying it for a moment, kind of studying, like the surrounding area, which way the moss is growing on the trees and things like that, you start to discern that the skull is actually it's generally been kind of doing this north to northwest curve. It starts to cut back much more like northernly at this point,
Mm.
which is generally an easier direction to follow in. And it kind of almost, I think if you guys have been going that way, it almost kind of like cuts like this way a little bit, if that makes sense.
Mm.
But yeah, you have a pretty good idea of where you need to go to continue on this path. And yeah, you're still feeling the wear and tear from the battle and the day's journey. You all have to do.
Right, I'm gonna just look ahead for us for our journey once we're up. And sneeze, and my eyeballs are gonna fall out of my head.
Never get used to that.
And
Never gonna get used to that.
I will send them up, and I'll look in the direction of where we will be headed.
Cool. What is? How high can you go up with them?
120 feet.
Oh my god.
Cool. As they descend, they break the canopy, and you can actually see that it's much like brighter than you kind of expected it to be because there's so much overgrowth, right? There's so much shade in this area. As you come up, you see you're in like a 3 o'clock, beautiful sunny day, and as you kind of look ahead, you get a great vantage great view of the terrain. And as you just look all around you, the first thing you realize is that as far as you can see in every direction is woods, is overgrowth, as you are in the heart of the Neverwinter Woods. And there's this sense of like just the magnitude of this forest that you're currently in the middle of. And as you kind of move your gaze north, roll me a perception check with advantage.
18.
You see where the topography changes drastically as you look north. The trees bend and morph and twist a little bit, and even like the different types that you see kind of change. And you can even see sections of like thick, dark, murky, kind of shadowy spots that almost look like big pools of water from so high up. And you think you can see what resembles a bog heading to the north.
Okay. Are there any like big landmark trees that I can just sort of like keep track of where that we're going in the right direction and that we'll find along the way? Or any trees that stand out in different leaf colors or heights or whatever?
Roll me a nature check.
15.
Nice. It is early fall, late summer, and you can kind of see how the trees are like slowly beginning to like change their colors. Um I'll say there's like one tree in particular, um a little further south east of your direction, that's like a little bit more yellow than the rest of them. And it just kind of stands out, surrounded in this pocket of green. And that you surmise to the best of your ability is roughly the direction towards Respas's ruins from where you are now.
But
So you
nothing
get the
nothing north,
sense.
nothing like evergreen that sticks out in the way that we're going.
Um, I will say there's one like really large, kind of gnarled, crooked, like oak tree with a lot of like kind of Spanish looking moss hanging off of it. Um, that's a little bit taller than the rest. It would be difficult to spot, but not impossible. So if you were trying to like get closer back towards the marsh, you think try to look for that one.
'Cause
So a
that's
really
the direction
easy
we're
to
headed, right?
spot.
Was north.
Yeah, correct. So a
Yeah,
really
okay.
easy
Okay.
to spot landmark to get back home, and a little bit more difficult landmark to spot if you were trying to go towards your destination.
Gotcha. I will put my eyes back in my head and then tell everybody what I saw.
Cool.
Right, Spanish marsh. That's what we're looking for. Big gnarled tree.
Great. That's very helpful. Hopefully
Good
it'll keep
info.
us from getting lost out there in the deep woods.
And we're also
Anything to help.
there's gonna be a bog, so let's
Hey,
just be ready for that. Especially with Pamela, it might be a bit slow going.
Which is true to what Agatha told you all. Trees would lead you to a bog, get through the bog, find ruins.
okay, cool.
All right. Do we mind taking a quick 5 minute so I could go say goodnight to the kids?
Yes.
I was actually going to
Yeah.
recommend that. I love
Do
that.
that.
Let's meet back. Let's actually call it a 10 minute. I'd like to freshen up my drink and use the restroom. So
I
meet back in 10
appreciate you
minutes.
guys.
Cool. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Great.
That
Sweet. Bye.
I like the ambient woodsy noise.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
Ooh, it, ooh, it.
Hello.
How was that? Was
Welcome
that okay?
Yeah, no, that was good.
I'm working on my Foley work.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. I appreciate it.
Back.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man. Good shit, guys.
Yeah.
We rocked all those
Yeah.
people. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
that
surprised,
was we were rolling like champs.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
insane.
I'm surprised that uh, that one elf was able to stay up after the 20. So I thought
I
she was pretty hurt
know.
from the last one. But
It
yeah,
was.
Yeah.
Taurus knocked it down.
They're
They're
not
strong as shit.
pushovers. You guys did some work. um
You're going nowhere. Want to channel my bone saw.
Hell yeah.
dude, I don't know what I'm doing sometimes. Give me guys crazy ass shit.
Yeah, but thank you.
Yes, but thank you, DM.
Appreciate it.
You're doing great.
Don't patronize the man.
What? Wasn't. It's supposed to be cute.
Stars' comment is definitely one of my favorites of the campaign. Should I turn him back over? Like imagining Stars saying that, who's such a just like genuine. I don't know. She comes across as like a very
super
sincere,
genuine.
and then be like, "Well, I'll do it."
Like, I'm just trying to be helpful.
I mean, yeah.
Exactly. Should we flip them again?
I mean, it
I love
really
it.
makes us look like crack addicts when we're
Yeah,
searching
it
his
really
molars
does.
and his asshole. Or some white rock.
For some white rock.
We need it.
We know it's on you.
Well, it's also
Little
funny
bit of
that
fun.
you were like really concerned about it exploding, and you're like, it could be in his tooth. And why would you put
Yeah.
an exploding rock in your mouth?
Well, it's like the little suicide pill.
I mean, yeah,
the
cyanide
gas-
drip, and your head explodes instead of you foaming at the mouth. Yeah, that's right. That's the way to do it.
Explodes. Kaboom.
Oh man, good times.
All right, so you have pulled the webbing free from the skull. You have discerned the direction you need to travel. You've even picked out a few landmarks in case you get twisted up and turned around. We'll say the hour has ended, and you've all completed your short rest. If you'd like to roll any of your hit dice and recover any abilities you may recover in a short rest, you can do so now.
Were we doing a short rest or a long rest?
Well, I just think in that amount of time, that has been accomplished. So I know some warlocks and fighters get a lot of shit recharged on a short rest. I just want to give you that opportunity to take it if you want to. You don't have to roll any hit dice if you don't want to. But you can all see that it is a little bit later in the afternoon with this much canopy and this much cover. It is getting a little bit darker. You have a few hours of daylight. I say a few, maybe one or two, unless it thins out some. If you'd like to try to get some miles behind you, or you can choose to take a long rest now.
Okay. If anyone's trying to heal themselves, I can help.
I could use some
Thank you.
bit of help.
Sure. Star sits down with her lute and begins to play a song.
Awesome.
Does it help
Because-
pre-short rest or post-short rest? Because I just
Song of
rolled
Rest,
the-
if just whenever if you're spending a hit die, you can add an extra 1d6.
No.
Okay.
You each one you roll.
Each one of those creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points
Okay, got it. So just one
at
time.
the end of the short rest. Yeah. Here, I'll
Cool.
let you-
Well, I used 2 dice,
Nice.
so it's fine. I'm good.
Oh, you
I
get a free
appreciate the
1d6.
ditty. Yeah.
Cool.
I appreciate the ditty. It's not extra on top, right? It's just up to your maximum.
I think it's extra. Oh, never mind. I don't know.
Regain hit points at the end of short rest by spending one more hit dice. Each of the creatures regains an extra 1d6 hit points. So yeah, if you're at max HP, you can't regain more.
Correct. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like temporary or anything.
No, I used my 2 dice because I was hurting pretty bad, and
Mm.
I'm good for now.
How are you doing, Ku, on health after short rest?
Oh. I'm good. I feel like I look presentable again. Or at least presentable enough. We're out in the woods. Who are we trying to impress? Oh, that's right, the spiders. All of them.
Wow, I feel like I hear a little bit of snark coming from you, Ku. That's a first.
Right. Sorry again about Pamela. I'll have a talk with her.
Pamela is fine. Pamela is powerful. Pamela will do what she wants to do. And I pet Pamela.
He purrs.
Aw, good girl.
All right,
really
so
is.
onward to an oncoming goblin invasion, you suppose.
Right. Do you want
Which
to take
way?
any more of your good berries? Or are you all right?
I'll be fine.
I think at this point, the discussion was: do we take a long rest, get a full night's sleep, and then start again in the morning? Because it is getting late at this point. Well, yeah. Or do we continue on and hopefully make it to where we are before it gets real dark?
Time is of the essence.
I
I think we
agree.
can all agree.
We're feeling
I
all
also,
right now.
I
Thank you,
think,
Bernie.
I think that they also know where we are. So, to back up Q there, they know where we're at. We're sitting ducks right here if we stay. So, regardless, we need to move just a little bit, right?
I agree.
So perhaps we start our way towards the destination, and if things get a little too hairy, we can stop and make camp for the night.
That's great. Yep.
Sounds like a plan.
All right, I'll take the lead since I can see.
Stick the back.
Cool.
DM, question for you.
Yes, sir.
With my features and traits, I now have heightened senses, and I can see 60 feet in the dark.
When you are transformed, I believe. Is that correct? Or is that...
I think it's a part of my order. That's what I was looking at.
Let's see, 'cause this is a kind of a homebrewed one.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Yeah, when you choose this archetype at third level, you gain the improved senses of a natural predator. You have advantage on wisdom perception checks that rely on hearing or smell. And then I think you added on, in addition, you gain gain dark vision up to 60 feet.
Yes, that's right.
So that's just
Cool.
all the time. So I guess after my short rest and after kind of doing all of that, I kind of open my eyes and I'm like, oh, I can actually see everything's really sharp for some odd reason.
Right, yeah. In fact, yeah, this is kind of been going on for a couple of nights, but it's extra dark with like the canopy here.
Mm-hmm.
You've had a little bit more exposed sky, some starlight, some moonlight. So here I think it's much more noticeable just how kind of crisp this new sense is becoming.
Okay. Well, Bernie, I can actually see perfectly fine in the dark. If you want me to take point, unless you want to continue on, I'm fine with that.
I give the old girl a shot. And Bernie's gonna kind of push past you and take
Hey,
point.
by all means, I will back you up, Bernie, and I'll be right behind her.
Cool. So we got Bernie, Dominic, Caitlin's in the back,
Stars, I guess.
the middle,
Sure.
and then Ku nestled between Caitlin and Star.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome. You guys begin to walk, make your way through the woods. It stays pretty thick and gnarly, Bernie, and you definitely have to kind of put in some effort to clear a path for everyone following behind.
Mhm.
And after, about an hour of this, I think you're starting to get a little worn out. Starting to get a little bit darker. You push on another like half hour or so, and you notice webbing is gone. Doesn't seem to be too much of that surrounding you guys. And the trees are starting to get a little droopier, a little less taller, and you can kind of smell the smell of wet earth. And you get a sense that you're getting a little bit closer, but you haven't found any indication of a skull tree or any kind of markings of the path just yet, and you've pretty much lost the best of your daylight now. It's say like pushing 6 o'clock. And again, just because you're in the heart of the woods, it's getting pretty dark now. I'm getting pretty tired. Um, Maybe push on for a little bit further if you guys would like, but it's looking like you're probably not going to reach your destination tonight.
Mhm.
Have we passed the landmark tree
You
yet?
have not seen the tall oak with the moss yet.
Should we at least try to make it to that landmark?
Was
Well,
that past the bog or before the bog?
Before it.
Before it.
Well, all I know is that everybody's getting tired. This is kind of an arduous journey. Do we want to push through, possibly be exhausted and get into a fight, or do we just take the time to rest and then continue?
I could have me and Pamela clear the way if somebody else wants to take the rear. Pamela's got a big shovel head.
I mean, we can swap. I'm good with watching the rear and keeping us safe.
I say let's push on just a little bit further. I mean, we're all feeling all right, and we've got the rise up.
All right.
Oh,
Make the
Well,
most of
then
our time.
Aye.
I'll swap to the back and keep my head on a swivel.
all right. And Caitlin and Pam are going to move to the front.
Yep.
Bird. All right. You guys push on a little bit harder, a little bit further. Pamela does make the journey a little bit easier, as her big shovel head, as Caitlin so eloquently put it, pretty much handles the vegetation in your way. Another hour goes by. Still haven't seen the tree. You decide to push on for another like half an hour, see how far you get. 25 minutes go by. It's getting to 7:30, almost 8 o'clock now. You see this massive tree come into view, with draping strands of Spanish moss hanging from its long, overarching limbs, and you immediately recognize this as the landmark you saw. That smell of wet earth, that bog stench is really odorous now. It's really strong, and you can even hear like the sounds of frogs and like water birds kind of starting to make sounds. You get the sense that you're pretty close to this bog now, right on it. and you're kind of looking around, trying to see if there's any sign of like this tree, like another skull tree, and roll me a perception check, Kitland.
Ooh, nat 20 with a +2.
You
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
look,
Maybe.
around, you're all getting kind of tired. You're starting to talk about, hey, we found the tree. This might be a good checkpoint. Thinking about maybe setting up camp here. You can hear the sounds of the bog, so you know you're close. You're right on it. And Kitley, you kind of scan around a little bit, and you see about 50, maybe 60 yards ahead, a tree with several skulls hanging from it.
Oh.
Is there any like campfire or smoke or anything from that location?
The nat 20, you see no signs of like any like organized life. There's plenty of natural life surrounding you. You can hear it in all the sounds,
Mhm.
but you don't see like any fires, any tracks, any signs that someone's been here recently.
Right, there's another camp up ahead. It's a bit through the bog to get to that camp.
You don't see the bog yet. You're still in the woods. The ground is getting a little softer under your feet, but it's still hard. Um, but it is like through a few more trees. You got to kind of like strain to see it, like push some branches out of your way. Hey, you just happen to get like a good view, and you were able to see like a few skulls hanging from the tree. So you just were able to spot where the next skull tree is, just a little bit further down the path you guys are on.
Right, should we push on to that camp and find where to go next, or should we hang back and set up camp here?
I mean, how's everyone feeling? I'm still wary. We're deep in enemy territory at this point. And last camp we went to, I messed with some stuff and got stabbed with a knife or some injections. So
Right, it's probably safer to sleep here, but I'm feeling all right if we want to push on even further.
I think I'm the only one that can't see.
I think you're right.
Koo's just hands out in front of him, just fumbling around in the dark.
I've just been, holding on to Pamela.
Well, I will say, even if some of us are feeling all right, I'm with you, Kitland. But if we do run into trouble, we'll be at a huge disadvantage if Q cannot see, and with the hurt party members. I wonder if it's better to stay in more unknown territory than go into some place that there may be a few more people that we have to deal with.
Should we go without a fire tonight then? Just knowing that people are around. Goblins, perhaps.
I think that's probably a good idea.
I agree.
I'll set a perimeter around where we're going to sleep. It'll be silent. I don't think we need loud ringing bells in the forest.
Right.
Right.
And I don't mind keeping first watch either.
Right, I'll take up second watch, I suppose. Anybody else for third?
I'll take third.
All right, it's decided then.
Kitland. Wonderful. All right. You all decide to not make a fire. Try to set up some camps, make yourself as comfortable as you can. It's a little chilly. The canopy does provide some cover, like, all the trees in the forest provide some cover from the more harsher winds. You come off the Sword Mountains. You do your best to get comfortable. Unfortunately, you're tired enough that sleep comes easy for the rest of you as Bernie takes first watch. Bernie, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. 17, I believe. Yeah, 17.
Okay. It's a noisy night. There's plenty of wildlife. And you can really hear it too now that you're out here all alone, the sounds that the bog um makes, and it's kind of an interesting duality, the sounds of the forest and the sounds of the bogs kind of riffing off of one another. Um Pretty quiet night, no signs of spiders and no signs of goblins. Um you kind of think back to the trail you've taken. It's been several days, walking through the woods, and even a few days from Delverton to get out here. You've take stock of everything you witnessed. Um, there was first the farmstead, Coneyberry, which suffered a terrible tragedy. Then there was the goblin camp, goblins that had control over rats and were good climbers. When you met Restus, the second goblin camp that was all slaughtered. Drew mentioning his clan being slaughtered. You haven't seen a lot of activity out here. Just kind of ponder on that for a little bit. Yeah, otherwise the night is yours, but no interruptions, no threats, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Yeah, I think as Bernie keeps watch, she picks up another few strands of grass and gets to weaving again, as the last one she made is gone. She thinks to herself of all these things, trying to make a connection, but just not quite getting there. And just kind of hums a soft tune to herself, very quietly. Just enough for herself to hear it. And
Cool.
Yeah, keeps watch.
Cool. Kitlands, eventually you wake up. You're able to relieve Bernie of her watch and let her get some rest. Do you rouse Pamela, or do you let her sleep?
Let Pamela sleep.
Okay. She
Can
does.
you
Weird.
cast spells on watch and also like get them back on a long rest? Like,
Yeah, I will say technically your long rest has not been completed, so if you had a spell slot, you could cast a spell here. Now, depending on the spell, it may draw unwanted attention or disturb some of your
Sure.
campmates. I don't think it would prevent anybody from fulfilling a long rest, but it might annoy them if you're casting Thunder Wave in the middle of the night.
yeah. I will.
Everybody just wanted to clap.
I'm gonna pull my hat all the way over my face and stick my head into Pamela's hay rations, and I really need to figure out how to muffle. Tried many different ways, but I've not tried this. I'm gonna sneeze into the hay with the hat over my and out of the back of my skull, the eyes will pop out.
God.
Damn it!
And I'm gonna send those up.
Pop out your ears.
Glad we're all
It
asleep.
gets worse every time.
It's like the more he tries to hide it, the
Yeah,
weirder the spot is.
yeah.
It didn't come out of his butt.
That's true. That's
We're
next
waiting
time.
for that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
still waiting.
Unless they did.
We just did it now.
And I'll cast Elevated Sight.
Nice. Your vantage point rises well above you. You can see just how close you are to this kind of sprawling bog now, that seems to stretch kind of for miles in either direction. But otherwise, there's really nothing super significant about the area. It seems quiet. You see a few shapes kind of moving and lumbering through the woods. Not right next to you, but in the general vicinity, kind of like when you're parasailing, right? And you're over the ocean, and you're wow, there's a lot of large fish, swimming really close to the coast. I wasn't aware of that. It kind of gives you a sense of perspective, right?
Yeah.
not like anything is immediately threatening you, but you definitely see signs of movement and life throughout the woods around you. But yeah, otherwise nothing extraordinarily
So
significant.
I want to do the same thing and still in the same direction that we were headed before, just
Mhm.
north. Look for any landmarks.
Right. Roll me a perception check. I know you have dark vision. It's
Yeah.
pretty late at night, so do it with disadvantage.
That's superior dark vision. It's not just dark vision, all right?
Okay, well then you don't have to roll it. We'll just take the 4. And with a 4, I think as you look around, there's the big tree that you've already noticed that has kind of led you to where you are a little bit. But otherwise, it's all pretty much like same,
Yeah.
and that really is like there's kind of this like overwhelming feeling of how the hell are you going to get across this bog? Like you're a logistics person,
Yeah.
Caitlin. You realize like this
and
is
even I guess like thinking that I'm gonna lower my eyes 60 feet and I'm gonna
Mhm.
look for sort of like dry land spots to that we can like hop or move through. It's like just above whatever the canopy, whatever gives me the best vantage point. Lower it down and
yeah.
see what a good
Um,
path would be.
I think despite your change in elevation, with that 4 as well, taking into account,
Mhm.
and just it's a new terrain, in a really dense terrain. Um, Even with changing in elevation, nothing seems obvious to you. Like you're racking your brain. You're trying to
Yeah,
come up. You're like, okay, this doesn't work. What's the next solution? What's the next solution?
yeah,
And like nothing is standing out to you as plausible. And I think maybe there's like a sense of concern there. Like,
yeah.
are we in our heads, or is this a dead end? But yeah, there's an uneasiness, I think, at discovery or lack thereof.
And then last thing, I'll send them back up to 120 and just look directly down at us and just kind of surveil around us, make sure nothing's creeping up.
Cool. Yeah. Continuing to use this elevated site, you do see a few larger shapes kind of lumbering nearby. You guys are pretty quiet enough. I think the bog stench is actually maybe doing you guys a little bit of favors and masking some of your scent, to a certain degree. And you guys are just filthy also at this point. um, so nothing seems to be bothering you, and it's a tense night, tense watch, a very active night, an active watch for you. But as your watch comes to an end, nothing ultimately disturbs you all. And as you start to get a little sleepy and a little tired, Gitlin, you feel Dominic kind of nudge you to take over for you.
Cool.
Dominic, what's up?
I think Dom is just gonna kind of sit and listen and look around and kind of try to get his bearings with this new vision he's been granted, being able to see everything really sharp, and hearing things and smelling things, and the bog is god awful stench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and just kind of
It's not.
contemplate everything that's happened and kind of get in his head about what he's going through right now. He hasn't had a chance to like figure out what's actually happening.
Yeah, even make a little bit of headway, right? It's just been like this job that he's thrown himself into, which has been, I think, a nice distraction. But you're right, there are these, questions that have got to be itching at your brain that it would be awesome to really dive into. The world seems to be moving at a mile a minute.
Yeah, 100%. And it's been one battle after another after another. He's had maybe 2 nights of like restful sleep. Everything else has been in a rock, by a tree, by a cart.
In a hole.
In a hole. Yeah, that's right.
You know.
So
Dominic, yeah, I think you're kind of distracted on your watch a little bit and having an introspective evening. And it's interesting, right? Because it's not just your vision and your like sense of smell that's been elevated. It's your hearing as well. And at one point, maybe about an hour before the sun rises, when it's still pretty dark out, you hear this thump, 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 this steady rhythmic heartbeat. And as you look up, you see there's like a small ear-like creature, maybe 15 feet away from you. And you can hear its heart beating. You can hear its blood pumping through its veins. And you suddenly realize how starving you are. And without thinking, without even having a second to react, Dominic, you are on that deer. And your teeth tear into its neck. And you start to drink from it. And you've swallowed a pint, 2 pints of blood before you realize what it is you're doing.
I think Dominic kind of just like slowly stands, looking at his hands just covered in blood at this point.
Deer's fully dead in front of you.
And it's just he's mortified at what just happened. I think he's just kind of taken aback by the just sheer animalistic feel of it. And he kind of just tries to wipe his hands on his armor and wipe his mouth and try to clean up as much as he can to try to make it seem like it's just blood from the battle and kind of cover it up a little bit.
Cool. Yeah,
And,
you empty your canteen to, like, rinse
some
your beard and try, even take some dirt and try to soak it into the blood because it's a lot.
And he's gonna try to get some like leaves or brush or something, try to cover up the deer as well.
Okay, yeah, and take a minute to kind of hide it and move it away from camp.
Yeah.
You do, and it, like I said, it takes a little bit of effort. And as your companions start to rouse, your brow's a little sweaty, you're panting a little bit. And as you guys all kind of wake up a little bit, you see Dominic is there, keeping watch. But yeah, you all notice that he's a little dirty, and he seems to be a little exerted. And you may all complete a long rest.
Bless you.
Oh,
Bless you.
Thank you.
Ku's eyes pop out of his head.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Another one.
Boy, howdy do they.
So Dominic is noticeably like dirtier.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. Yeah, 8. That's an 8. I don't know either way. So.
Cool. Yeah, no, I was just plugging my headphones back in because I got more wine. You, with an 8, I think you notice that. I think with an 8, Dominic just looks dirty, and as you kind of look around, you're like, "Oh, Dominic's kind of dirty." And then you look around, you're like, "Oh, we're all kind of dirty." So I don't think it seems like unusual to you. You know what I mean?
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah,
And everybody get good rest.
Yeah, it was good. Pretty quiet for me last night.
That's good, but we find some fresh water soon, Dominic. Maybe we all take a bath, eh?
I agree. I don't think we're gonna see anything clean water anytime soon, unfortunately. This bog is horrendous as a smell.
That's true. That's true.
Right, I put my eyes up last night and I couldn't find us a path through the bog. At least not a clear one. So we might be getting wet today. But like you say, maybe not much cleaner. I also I did see some things moving around in the water. So just keep your wits about you.
Would I know any, like, what are some natural aquatic animals in this area? Or, like, that are native to this type of landscape? Okay. Oh, so close to a nat 20. Didn't happen. 4. Get him out now.
Okay.
Get him out now.
Bugs would be pretty common in this area.
You said Uggs?
Bugs.
Oh, bugs.
I heard bugs.
Yep.
Spoken like
Bugs
someone
with
who
the
would roll a
boots.
4 on a nature check.
The pugs, the water pugs.
The water
Water
bugs.
yeah. Terrifying, vicious creatures. Yeah, bugs, fish, frogs, birds. You know.
Got it. Got it.
That kind of stuff.
Better be animals here.
Right, well,
There be
maybe
animals.
maybe before we start into the bog, we should all get ourselves a long stick and just check the depth and what's in front of us as we're moving along. Yeah.
That's a great idea.
Agreed.
I will look for a long stick.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. You're in the fucking woods. After about 10 minutes, you find a perfectly suitable long stick for your need.
I've got mine.
Great example setting. I'll also find a long stick.
Yeah, it's easy enough to find like a good, size walking stick, or at the very least, if it's not a durable walking stick, something that you could, drop into the water to check its depth. Perfectly easy enough to find a 5-foot, 6-foot stick if you.
Darius cast Mage Hand again. And we'll use it to poke around like a long stick.
Okay. Nice. I mean, the mage hand itself is only like 5 inches long, so it's great for measuring depth of 5 inches. But deeper than that, the hand would just become submerged. Sure, no, you could cast it all the way down. I'm just saying it would be hard to like measure the depth. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right, like you're just dropping a hand into the water. You're like, yep, it's
Water. Yeah.
like I guess you could like maybe
And like
push
poke
it
around.
to its range, but then
like
it's
go
like,
under, yeah.
like, okay, I'm touching something that's like roughly 10 to 15 feet away. It gets kind of weird gauging that, especially when you don't have visibility on it.
It gets a little murky.
Hey.
I see what you're saying, but I don't think just because you can poke 18 feet away that it's exactly 18 feet away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, okay. No, Stars uses her Mage Hand to find a stick.
That's amazing.
You find like a really good stick, but it's in mud, and you're like, I'm not touching that. Mage hand and pick it up out of the mud.
Like, I'd rather not.
Yeah.
I'm already dirty. I don't want to be anymore.
You're right. Does anyone have prestidigitation? Any chance?
No, that'd be a good one, though.
Yep.
That'd be a really good one.
Sure would.
Well, all right, you all find some suitable sticks.
Yep.
Pretty well awake. You've tidied up your small, very, very small footprint you've made for the night. Camp in. What would you all like to do?
Should we go to the skulls and see where it points?
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah,
going to be the
think that's what we
best.
have to do.
Q?
Let's get moving. While we have the daylight.
Right.
Oh,
Do you want to ride Pamela today? I just feel awful about what she done to you. Might make it easier getting through these woods.
Yes, if it's all the same, I would very much prefer not to have to swim through the swamp. But
Right.
you are is also a similar stature as I. I would hate for you to have to swim through the swamp.
Well, I'll go first and I'll test with me stick that I've got. And I'm also looking out for Pamela just as much as you, alright?
All right then.
So I'll just be like leading Pamela by the reins. I want to stick in front of her
Okay.
as we go into the bog.
Yeah. So you guys are going to go check out that last tree?
Yep.
Same marching order, Pam with, I guess, Ku now on top? Or is
Yes.
Bernie or Dominic taking the lead?
I would like to be right behind Pamela.
Okay.
I am taking up the rear just to
Okay.
keep an eye on everything.
I'm
No.
assuming Kitlin's going to be kind of close to Pamela, so I'm going to put him behind you, Bernie, and then Stars you between Kitlin and Dominic.
Yeah, I'm leading Pamela by the reins, and then I've got the stick
Got
in
it.
my hand.
Got it. So we got Kitlin, then Ku on top of Pam, then Bernie, then Stars, then Dominic.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. All right. So you guys walk the very short distance to the final tree that Kitlin had spotted the night before. And as it comes into view, you all quickly realize and see this one, like all the other trees before it, is draped in various skulls, different species, all hanging, different elevations and different heights. But unlike every other tree, every single skull is facing the same direction.
Mm.
All facing approximately due north.
Mm.
As your eyes follow it to where they're all facing, you see where the ground starts to waver a little bit. You can actually start to see the edge of the bog. A single skull popped up on like what looks like a wooden spike sticking out of the murky ground, pointing, facing further in the bog itself. What you discover is that you have been led to essentially a trail marked by these various skulls impaled on spikes that act as trailblazers or wayfinders. Um, as you all kind of like cautiously approach it, you can see where the ground starts to give a little bit as you walk closer, but it never like fully gives as long as you stay on this path. And every 10, 20, 25 feet or so, you see like another skull and then another skull. As long as you walk directly from one to the next, and you can see where, like, using your sticks and kind of pushing them into the ground, you can see how deep it gets just to your left and just to your right. But as long as you follow this little path, you seem to have kind of a safe trail. And occasionally you'll see like planks of wood, um, uh, or various scraps, cloth tied to things to pull it down and kind of out of the way, where the goblins themselves have come through and kind of rigged the path or padded the path and fortified the path in various ways to make this trail work. So even with a very kind of clear path through an otherwise treacherous bog, because Caitlin, you observed it, like you didn't see this path, as you were looking at it, and it's a very like particular and specific kind of path that winds through it, kind of like Gollum leading the hobbits,
Yeah.
you know, It's just this very, very narrow path that they have found, probably through trial and error, and in parts, like I said, created. So even with this help, it's still a very, very treacherous and kind of difficult trail to follow. So here's what we're gonna do, you guys. You're going to do a skill challenge to see if you guys can successfully make it through this bog. And the way we're gonna do that is you're essentially gonna tell me how you want to contribute to the success of this using skills that you specialize in. So what I mean by that is you're going to take any one of your skills that you have proficiency in. So if you're proficient in, perception, insight, history, and nature, those are the 4 skills you can't use any other skills. And we're going to go in turn order, and you're going to tell me which skill you want to use and how you want to use it to help make this journey a little bit easier. I'll give you guys an example of what I mean. A player who is trained in the athletic skill may say that they wish to use a bladed weapon to kind of help cut through the bushes and the vines to make the path a little bit easier. I'll tell you what your difficult, or I'll, ask you to make a roll. I'll set the difficulty check, and you'll either succeed or fail. You guys need to succeed 5 times before you fail 3 times to complete this skill challenge. If you fail 3 times before you succeed 5 times, there will be an outcome to your journey that is less favorable than if you succeed 5 times before you fail 3 times. There are 2 ways, maybe more, this journey can end for you guys. So, is everybody clear on those instructions? Does anyone have any questions?
Can we be guided?
So for the sake of this skill challenge, because it is less of a single instance of you performing something and more of an overall measure of how you contribute, the help action and the guidance option can't be used. This is just like an individual effort because everyone is having to work hard to get through this bog. So it's really kind of hard to like stop, pass, and constantly be aware that Bernie's trying to like avoid poisonous snakes every 10 minutes, and I'm constantly casting guidance. So I understand that they're great spells to have and that they can really help when players need to make. For this particular skill challenge, we can't use those actions.
Should I be rolling for myself and Pamela, or can I be trying to like help Pamela all along the way?
If you think Pamela can do something to contribute and would like for her to make a roll in your place, you can.
She cannot. I'm just saying, like her rolls are going to be much worse.
Right, she's not trained in any skills either, so this has to be a skill that Kitland is trained in. If it's animal handling is like say a skill you're trained in and you want to do that to like use Pamela in some way, I think that might be a creative way to use that skill. But it's up to you guys to tell me kind of what skill you want to use and how you want to use it. And I'll set the difficulty check based on like how practical I think it is and how creative I think you like using the skill. So like the more you give me, the easier it might end up being. Right? Whereas if
I'm just thinking like I can get myself across pretty easily, but should I be thinking about how to get myself and Pamela and Koo across? Or
Gotcha. So I think you guys have found the trail. So I think you all are capable, including Pamela. Because even though she's a larger beast, she is still kind of a younger one. So she wouldn't be much different than like if you had like, let's say, a Minotaur barbarian in the party, right? So I think everybody in a way can kind of manage on their own. This is I think more of an opportunity for you guys to help tell the story a little bit. And
and this is probably where Pamela being a spirit animal would be better than her being a physical fucking thing.
Yeah, but I like the challenge of it, and it makes it mean something more. So much life now. So I'm less interested in like every step being perfect and more just about like because you guys are going to be walking through this bog I think for a majority of the day. So as you're going through the day, how do you want to help your party? This is a chance for your character to kind of have their moment and to celebrate something that they're good at.
Sure.
So what we're going to do is we're going to have everyone roll initiative.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome.
I don't think that's awesome.
You know what? That might actually help us out in the end.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
Okay, so we have at the top of the order is Staris with 18. And then after Staris is Ku with 16.
Yep.
We got Bernie with 12. Kitlin.
Hi, I'm Joe.
And
I'm so
Doug
Joe.
with 4. So, before we begin, any questions? Or does everybody kind of get what we're going for?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. Got it.
And you said just one last. Sorry, athletics, nature, and what else were the other?
Whatever
It's
you
whatever
are
you're proficient in. So whatever you have a black dot next to.
Yep. Heard.
And the example I gave was, if a character is trained in athletics and they want to try to cut vines down, you feel free to use that example if you want.
Yeah.
So, Staris, we'll start with you. How do you aid your party through the bog swamp?
Sorry, my first idea is kind of ridiculous. I persuade the swamp to be clear. Don't know that's gonna work. Let's see. How do I want to help?
I know I gave you a tough one, the charisma character.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, I think Stars is going to look for a path that will kind of hide people, like hide us from, like trying to find a stealthy path, like from tree to tree. Where are we the most covered? If we're like making our way north to this big tree, how can we keep cover?
So the path you're on is pretty restricted, right? Because you're kind of having to follow this very narrow trail that skulls guide you through, and one step off is it shows how deep and murky the water can be. So there's not a lot of ways to maneuver from the path, but it sounds like you're trying to maybe cover your tracks in some way, or to provide more cover for the party as you travel.
Yeah, that sounds good.
What are some ways you think Stars could do that?
I like that idea. Maybe she's following behind and like literally covering tracks, like where there's broken things she might toss aside, or
Okay. Does she have any cantrips or spells she can use that might help with this?
Trying to cover mage hand.
Yes.
Just like rubbing out.
Love it.
Yeah. Making mud pies with
Okay, cool. So yeah, you're trying to
cover tracks,
cover your tracks the way you're coming in, and just and following behind the party and being very aware of if any limbs that maybe get broken and things like that, and any ways you can do to just. Okay, cool. Roll me, and it sounds like you're trying to use your stealth check to do this. Sorry, you broke up.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay. Oof, 9.
Oh gosh.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to tell you if any of them are successes or failures. We're just going to stop when you hit.
Great.
Oh, great. Love that.
Cool. Well, there might be one giveaway, actually. So this is what happens, Sarnis. You're following a little bit further behind the party, watching their steps, kind of tidying up after them as you go. And at one point on your journey, You see that as Pamela kind of walked by, she broke like a large branch and just kind of left it hanging. So you stopped for a second to kind of like break off the branch closer to its, stem or trunk, so it was less obvious that someone had been by here recently. And as you kind of stop, just for a second, your party only gets another 5 feet in front of you before you're about to, you snap it off and you're about to catch up with them. You feel something squeeze tightly around your leg, and it
Gosh.
yanks on you and pulls you prone.
Oh.
And if you roll over, Stars, you see there is a vine that has wrapped around your ankle, and it begins pulling you further into this little bit of shrubbery and overgrowth. And as you get pulled forward, you actually see this large plant pod begin to open up, and it almost looks like a sticky mouth-like opening that it's pulling you towards. Stars, you are going to take
Oh,
4 piercing damage as the
Ow.
vine that has wrapped around your ankle is covered in thorns. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Okay.
I don't think she passed.
13.
no, this is a good little
Right.
stinging.
Right.
13. Stars 13.
It's 13.
Okay, just enough. You feel your legs start to go numb, but you are able to resist the other debilitating effects of this poison. However, you are being pulled into a large, sticky plant mouth.
Gross.
That's not good.
You're 10 feet away from the mouse
Yeah.
opening.
Ah!
You're 8 feet away from the mouse opening.
Stab it with the dagger. Mm.
You pull out your dagger and you're able to easily cut the vine. And it flails around a little bit and like squirts chlorophyll juice all over you, and like retreats back in and kind of makes this like weird screeching noise. And the rest of you like turn around now and you see Stars like kind of scrambling up as these like vines retreat back into the brush, and the whatever the thing was just disappears.
You all right? Back there, Stars.
Just really messy now.
Hey.
All right, Koo, you're up.
Well, that seemed horrifying. This bog sucks.
As Ku rides on top of Pamela, he's thumbing through his spell book, and as he gets to an open set of blank pages, in them he draws a circle between the two pages in the open book in his palm with his wizard quill, which always seems to take on a kind of a look and an appearance of wherever Ku happens to be. It almost as if he conjures this quill from just the materia around him.
So what does it look like as you
It's kind of like a mossy green, damp looking stick, and instead of quill feathers, it's kind of like a greenish, almost seaweed that kind of dangles instead of floats and flutters. And on the circle, he starts writing in this fairly pretty cursive descriptions of these goblins and these goblin clans that he has found. And as he continues to write and circle inward, he takes the quill and he balances it in the middle of the book, and he kind of reaches out over Pamela, and this quill kind of like almost acts like a dowsing rod, and Ku feels like it's leading him somewhere. And I will make an Arcana check. with that as I try and locate the trail to maybe some of these goblin clans that we've encountered previously.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, so you're doodling these clan sigils, right, that you've
Mhm.
come across over and over again in your book. And as you draw them out, you've seen a couple. You've seen the Scrap Tops one, which is like a crude S that kind of also looks like a T. I actually have a drawing of that I can send you later. There was another one you saw, like a spilt drinking horn that was just like spilling, a liquid everywhere.
Mhm.
Um, you don't remember seeing a sigil for the Cragmaws, but you do remember how they all had filed their teeth to like sharpen points. So it
Mhm.
seems like different clans have like different ways of kind of showing off their various identities.
Correct.
Um, Same
Mhm.
thing with the clan that attacked you at Restus's. There seemed to be some kind of you know affinity for rats and other creatures and wargs. They had kind of more of like a beastmastery kind of vibe to them, but um, they all kind of identify in different ways.
Mhm.
Uh, you're drawing these out, and you're feeling this arcane pull, and it's not, I think, just the physical pull. Like I think your pen, does kind of like maybe drift a little bit and have this kind of like almost um, ghastly kind of movement to it. But there's also that kind of rhythmic music too, that you hear. Um, and that seems to be a little bit louder than usual right now.
Mhm.
And as you continue kind of doodling these sigils, you look down and you realize it's happened again. And you've done more like half spell crafting of something you can't quite decipher, but is clearly very powerful magically. Um, and kind of get lost in this moment and realize like almost an hour or several hours have passed at this point as you've been writing for some time. Roll me an Arcana check.
I'll take a dirty
Hey.
20.
Nice.
Okay, cool.
Woohoo.
Um, I think what kind of pulls you out of this is like a good 2-3 hours into the hike is there's commotion where Staris gets pulled in by the plant that kind of pulls you out of it, and I think kind of brings you back to reality a little bit, and you're like, oh, whoa, this bog kind of sucks. Maybe I need to put this away. But you are with everything you felt, with that rhythmic sound getting louder, and it's still very much pounding in your head a little bit, and this pull that you're feeling, very similarly to when you first met Gundren and when you first decided to leave the Dale. Like something just keeps pulling you in a direction, and you feel like you're on that path in this moment. Bernie, you're up.
Okay. Um, I think I, I want to do a couple of things here that hopefully will kind of build off of each other. But
Okay.
first and foremost, Bernie sees, watches as Staris gets pulled into danger, realizes very quickly that they're surrounded by a lot of unknown, and specifically unknown creatures that they've never encountered before. And she digs somewhere deep inside of her, and she thinks about the light at home and the creatures that bring light and protection. And she takes a deep breath, and unlike how when the hawk emerges, her hawk totem, it comes from her shoulders, and when the bear emerges, it comes from her cranium, from above and around. From the front of her, she lets out a breath, and pure starlight comes from her mouth in like this little fog of galaxy, and it becomes this incorporeal spirit. Looks like a horse at first, emerges, takes more form, and then a large horn comes from the forehead of the horse, and this spectral unicorn spirit emerges from her front, and a soft, like a light bubble of protection emerges and surrounds them in 30 feet, and the unicorn kind of trots off just a few feet ahead on the path, almost her hooves like alighting the path in front of us. So I'm going to summon my unicorn spirit totem, and me and my allies gain advantage on all ability checks made to detect creatures in the spirit's aura. So for after I do that, I'd like to immediately look around and check for any nearby animals, creatures. And if I find any of them, I would like to attempt to communicate to them using my speech of the woods. Essentially, I want to find an animal nearby, something that looks friendly, and I want to.
How far can you detect animal life?
It would be. I'm going to cast the unicorn spirit. Let's say focused on me, so that's a 30-foot radius, or I'm sorry, a 30-foot radius around me. Yeah.
Okay.
And so what I'm attempting to do is I would like to find an animal creature, a creature that seems friendly. I want to speak to it and see if I can essentially bargain with it to help us find the next skull in exchange for like a bit of food or nuts or something like that.
Cool. Very cool. So as this animal, this unicorn spirit, emerges from you, and very cool description of how each one manifests. I love that. And you breathe out this. It's almost like when you like exhale and it's really cold out and you can like see your breath. It's like a galaxy of stars that just like breathes out of you and then slowly manifests, like you said, into this magnificent creature. And it kind of just illuminates the world around you. And in a way, Bernie, it's not like it's like fairy fire literally makes things glow. This connects you with the life around you. It's not like it's having a light shine on it. It's like you literally feel a connection to it on like a deeply personal, spiritual, emotional level, whatever it is you want to call it. You are surrounded by wildlife. The bog that threatens to become incredibly deep all around you has several various forms of fish swimming all in it. You can see just on the edge of the 30 feet, like the end of an alligator tail. And this is like just the tip of the tail that you can see, and the tip of the tail is about 4 feet long. As it kind of swims away from you. You see various snakes hanging from the branches and a few swimming in the water all around you. There are frogs, there are birds, there are insects that you can detect, but you are literally surrounded on all sides by various wildlife as this fog is thriving. Evening.
I think then, gosh, I need something to offer. I think I would call to if there's a bird of prey or something that I can sense would like a little bit of, unless nuts are contained in rations. I don't know what's in rations, but
whatever you want it to be. They're your rations.
I think Bernie would have like a collection of. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Bernie would have like some nuts and seeds and stuff. I think she would have a variety of like different stuff, like grains and things. So
some like granola and.
Yeah, hearty granola. She's gonna pull some nuts out of her pocket then, and just softly whistle to one of the nearby birds that she can see now, and just whistle at it and use speech of the woods. Little friend, I have a bargain for you. Got some food for you if you come over for a second.
And you catch the attention of a nearby bird, and it kind of starts to flutter over you. Food?
I've got a fine bit of nut in my hand right now. If you go and find another thing that looks like that, and I'm going to point to the skull that we just passed, right up ahead, the next one, and you come back to me, and you tell me what that skull is, I'll give you a whole hand for the seed.
Roll me a I'm sorry. What kind of skill are you trying to?
I was
learn?
going for animal handling. Sorry, that was
Animal
long-winded,
handling?
but I was just
No,
trying
no, no. I love it.
to
I
be
love
as
it. I love it. I love
successful as possible.
it. You seem to have like this bird's curiosity, and it understands what it is you're asking of it. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check.
This doesn't pan out. Pissed. Okay. 19.
Well,
Yeah.
you used a lot of stuff, which made the DC very low.
Okay, cool. I was trying to like
Well,
pile
I'm
it
gonna use this. I'm
on.
gonna use fucking dice. I'm like, all right, well, we're free, not gonna with it. So cool. Yeah. So, this is what happens. The bird's kind of like nodding and understanding, and it like goes to like flutter down to get the seed from your hand, and as it does, a snake that you didn't see, like, just out of the corner of your eye, lunges out quickly and snatches the bird, like mid hop as it makes its way to you and wraps itself around it and begins to swallow it. And it just kind of rises and stares at you as you see the lump of this bird go down it. And the snake says, "Well, since you fed me, I think I can help you out." And he kind of leads you and helps guides you a little bit, and that's just provides a little bit more knowledge to you as you continue to walk, and even talks to you a little bit. Haven't seen any non-goblins, or
Are we the first then, or have you seen others? Others like us?
us, a dwarf, many moons ago. And he kind of slithers off after that. Let's. You're up.
All right. Yeah, we've been going for a minute, and I can kind of tell at this point what is like solid ground and what is bog, I would hope.
It's really tricky, and I think there are even a few moments along the path where you'll definitely hit like a big puddle, and it might go up to your knee, and it's kind of startling. But it's like, you know what? Up to my knee is better than up to my head. And you tough it out, you make it to the next goal, and then you kind of get back on solid ground. And like I said, sometimes there are boards, sometimes there's like netting that you have to kind of like walk across, like those playgrounds we used to play on as kids. So it's constantly varied as the journey goes on. But for the most part, you're staying dry and you're staying out of, the worst parts of the bog as you continue to make your way through.
Cool. Yeah. So I guess just prior knowledge of staying dry enough and being able to recall lore about terrain using nature, I would like to figure out 10 feet in front of me where there is solid ground, and then I would like to look specifically 48 feet in front of me and find out where there's solid ground.
May I ask why the specific units of...
It'll reveal itself.
Oh my god.
But yeah, just I want to walk to check
Okay,
and
you
then
wanna-
see if there's something that's about 50 feet away, similar to on the path that looks as sturdy as 10 feet in front of me, assuming the 10 feet goes well.
Okay, so using your nature skill check, you want to be able to discern where the path is solid and firm, and you're specifically looking for a path 10 feet in front of you and another kind of path roughly 50 feet in front of you.
Correct.
Roll me a nature check.
Be 14.
Okay. For the sake of argument, we're going to say you find such a terrain suitable to your specific specifications. What is it you would like to do?
I'll walk the 10 feet, and then I'm gonna walk back, and I'll say to Koo, "All right, Koo, hold on tight. And I'm gonna hand him the grappling hook end of the rope. I'll hold on to the other, and then I'm gonna slap Pamela on the ass and cast jump on her. And I'm gonna have her run 10 feet and jump 48.
Oh.
Okay. Two. You there? Two.
You
I think
stepped
somebody
away?
just walked in. I hear another voice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Gonna wait 1 second. Just let the tension build a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm
Dylan,
scared.
is that you?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you hear what Kitlin wanted to do?
I did not. I was getting cheese.
Okay. Totally
I,
fair.
I
Not
handed
a
you a
seasoned D&D
grappling
very
hook.
well.
Yeah, and I said, hold on tight to Pamela. And
Oh,
she's gonna run 10 feet and then jump 48 with you on her back.
thank God. This is
Do
good.
you consent to this, Q?
I do, absolutely.
Okay, wonderful. The DC was 15.
What did I roll? 14?
You rolled a 14.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh God.
You were a little off in your calculations, and Pamela does not clear the jump, sending her and Ku into a rather goopy situation. They both kind of land with a splash, and you can see that both of them immediately kind of start treading water as their trajectory is just a little bit off, and start trying to essentially, doggy paddle or swim to find solid ground. Ku, as you do so, um, stupid word processor, you feel. Yeah, we're gonna do this one. You feel several sharp bites immediately on your feet and on your legs, and as you look down, you can see several shadows, like almost like a swarm of fish has just like surrounded you and started biting you. Um, you can see by the way Pamela is thrashing about, she is also being afflicted in the same manner. You
Oh.
are both going to take. Dice. I think that's enough. That's. Oh no! Don't do that. How much HP do you have?
Who, me?
Yeah, yeah.
17.
You're both gonna take 14 piercing damage.
Oh.
As they both start splashing around and immediately start swimming back to where they were, kind of trying to go and find that solid ground. Who looks pretty rough. I'll let you describe yourself. Pamela is also going to take 14 damage, and you can see she's like shaking it off as parts of her are like bloody and scratched up. As they
Pamela is almost dead. That almost killed her.
No way.
Noah skill too.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Oh shit.
And Joe, Kitlin just hanging out in the back.
However, they do eventually find some solid ground and are able to clamber their way back to safety, as it takes them quite a minute to get back to where they needed to go, which is why you guys took so much damage. Quippers, in these piranhas are quite deadly, especially when they attack in swarms. And you both are very lucky to still be alive.
Holy
You manage
shit,
to
dude.
clamber your way back up onto the ground and create this nice taut line allows the rest of you to cross safely and avoid taking any of this damage. So while unfortunately Ku and Pamela were very, very gravely injured in this, it did actually help kind of the rest of you. But sorry, that was a higher DC, and that was it. That brings us to Dominics. All right.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Sorry, guys.
No.
But also,
The bog.
The bog. All right. Well, Dominic is kind of going into his military training. He's done this before, tracking things, finding things. With his hunter's bane, he has been taught to track fey, fiends, and undead, and goblins are technically fey beasts, and we're in the fey wild. So I think Dominic is going to be kind of looking around to see if we can find any tracks or any kind of information about the goblins or where the trails lead, and going deeper in and kind of keeping his eye to the ground to keep seeing if there's anything that kind of catches his eye that would make sense that, okay, a group of goblins went through here or something like that.
okay, cool. What skill are you trying to use?
Survival, and I have advantage on survival checks when tracking fey, fiends, or undead with my hunter's bane class feature.
Nice.
Okay, got it. Give me 2 seconds.
Sure.
I want to check one thing. So just so you're aware,
Mm-hmm.
goblins rules as written are technically not fey creatures. I can understand your argument for like why they could be considered that from a lore perspective.
Yep.
But they are humanoids.
Okay.
Raw. So just so you have all the available information.
Yes. I'm still gonna do a survival check just to keep eye on tracks and that kind of thing. He's done this before. He's, tracked enemies, making sure everything is good, and keeping his, his crewmates or his people that he's with safe. So he's gonna try to keep his survival wits on and try to find tracks or something to keep their heading the way they need to go.
Okay, cool. I think in addition to that, right, there's also these like moments where goblins have tried to fortify the trail and almost rig the trail in certain ways. So there's parts of that too where it's like, oh, is this really secure?
Probably would have been more of like where a gnarled root would come out from a tree. Okay, this is good footing. I can put my foot here, and okay, I can grab onto
there's a
this
stone here that we can use to step on. Watch your step; it's a little slick.
Yeah, correct. Maybe grab onto some branch, like some tree bark, and kind of hold ourselves there to step onto the next thing and kind of keep ourselves safe.
Okay.
Trying to get out of the water as much as possible now that we've seen what happened to Kitland and Pamela. Trying to stay out of that water as much as possible.
I like this. Roll me a survival check.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Come on.
$13.
Just enough.
Oh, thank God.
Dominic, this is what I'm going to offer you.
Okay.
So this is, I think, an ongoing thing that you're doing. And based on where we are right now, we're not going to get back to you. So I will let you decide. I'll go ahead and tell you, you succeeded. The DC was 13. Well done.
Thank you. Oh, God.
You can take the success and let that be it, knowing that it's not going to come back to you. Right now, I'm going to let you guys know what you have. You guys have 3 successes and 2 fails.
Oh, God.
But if you fail one more time, you're done.
Golden dice.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Alec, I will let you, if you want, you may take 1 point of exhaustion as you continue to kind of make it easier for everyone as you continue to look out and kind of help guide their path and see which way the goblins have taken, to find the most easy path. So if you want to take 1 level exhaustion, you can give the next roll advantage.
Yes. I'm going to take a level of exhaustion. Dominic would definitely try to help out the rest of the team to keep up the movement. 100%.
You kind of give it a little extra effort, just a little bit of that, soldier's fortitude, and it makes it that much easier for your companion. So we come back to the top of the order, Staris. I'll actually say that, Staris, you can either choose to take the advantage or you can pass it on to the next person.
Considering I didn't do so hot the first time, I think I'm gonna take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Juicy is the golden brick. Awesome, Staris. How would you like to assist your party?
I feel
Are
like
we caught up with Ku and Pamela, or
Yeah,
are-
that was just like one kind of moment along
Gotcha.
this journey.
Okay.
Where like they got really, really hurt, but honestly, had you not done that, everyone would have gotten hurt. I know it feels like a failure, but you were still helping the party.
Yeah.
I feel like Stars would be a little discouraged with her efforts thus far.
Okay,
And
sure.
then
It's been a tough
maybe
journey, right? Like,
Yeah.
Pamela, you really got hurt.
Mhm.
You had a very freaky, terrifying moment. This box sucks. Like, totally. Staris is a little unnerved.
for
sure.
sure. So in an effort to boost morale and maybe even calm down the swamp around them, she's gonna fucking sing.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's
just
awesome.
calm, soothing, like, damn, that was really frustrating. So let's just take it down a little bit. Sing,
Yeah,
sing a
Staris,
sing a swamp lullaby.
you try to, uh, you know, grit through it all. And one of the best coping mechanisms you have is to be creative. And you try to pull inspiration from the stress and the difficulty of all of this. I'm assuming this is a performance check you're trying to do.
Yes, it be.
All right.
It be.
It be the performance
Go ahead and roll me a performance check
with advantage.
You got it.
with advantage.
Needed it.
Uh,
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You all feel a little bit of encouragement as Cyrus kind of comes up with a playful little song. I think everybody's feeling it, right? A little bit. Like Pamela being hurt is a really scary thing that's ever happened before. Poor Ku, being hurt twice in a row. He didn't deserve that. And again, just this bot, it smells bad. You're getting stung by insects, even if you haven't taken damage. You're uncomfortable. You're, probably sweaty and wet and itchy. But you are nearing the end of the journey as you have both 4 successes and 2 fails. So this last one will determine everything.
Man.
It's getting mid-afternoon by this point. It's like 3, 4, maybe a little bit later afternoon. You've been traveling for a while. It's starting to get a little shallower. You feel like the end has to be close. At least you hope it has to be close because you don't know how much more you can take of this. Two, bring us home.
I would like to cast Goodberry as I'm not feeling so great right now. But I will hand them out.
Yeah. Take a little
to everyone.
break.
Yeah, we've been traveling a long while today. I think we need a little snack. But Staris' song got me singing about this book on, child rearing, but really about lullabies that different cultures sing to their young and kind of what it is about the different virtues that they wish to instill into their offspring. And I don't know, maybe it's the bog sweats, but Ku is looking for
His
some
fight
of
wounds
the
are infected.
Yeah.
these like I don't know, almost spiritual or divine aspects from these songs here in the bog to find his way forward. It does kind of sound like Ku might be delusional again, but
Yeah, no, but I like
but
that
please have faith.
he's kind of writing his dissertation as you're all trying to survive walking through the park. But no, I like it. Like it, I think Ku's mind is unique and special in that way, where you find patterns in seamless, meaningless moments, right? And for you right now in this moment, the pattern is started singing this song, which leads you to think about lullabies, which leads you to think about how lullabies are a vessel for us to impart, morality and lessons on our children. And a lot of that come from the gods they worship. And, it just kind of sends you like through this spiral effect that often happens with you. But what does I think it ultimately bring you to? Just to have faith? Are you trying to kind of reach to your companions, or is it just that you feel a connection to the divine within this moment of finding beauty in the struggle?
There's beauty in the struggle, but really it's the recognition of being with your kin. I think is kind of what the crux of a lot of the goblin lullabies were about. Not necessarily the aggression or the savagery, but you're with people. You're with those that are like you. Whether or not you eat them in the morning, that depends on how hungry you are.
Oh, so these are specifically goblin lullabies.
Or the goblins, yes.
Okay. And this is a book that you've already owned? Okay, previously read?
Yes, yeah. This was something that I read and perused.
Okay, cool. And this is a religion check that I'm assuming you're trying to make?
It is, yes.
Cool. Roll me a religion check, and then just for fun, roll me an insight check.
Oh.
Well, the religion was in that one. Insight is 21.
Golden die for religion. Golden die.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Ooh,
all right.
cool.
Yeah.
Ooh,
All right. Yeah.
There we go.
Thank goodness. Oh my god.
So I think Ku thinks he's kind of having a really intrinsic moment a little bit. That's pulling him closer to whatever it is the divine means. I mean, we all know gods exist, but what does it mean to truly have a connection with them? I mean, we can talk about that for hours. But you're starting to have this connection with these goblins, and I think there's almost like a sympathetic moment, right? Like they have this sense of family and community. And then with such a high insight check, you realize that this book on goblin songs and specifically like nursery rhymes was a work of satire. And not necessarily a historical document. It was like a very well-known poet or creative poet who was like creating lullabies as though they would be sung to goblins. And you have this kind of like moment of enlightenment, right? Where you're like, oh, of course it's satire because goblins don't have lullabies because they make us walk through bogs, and people who make us walk through these shitty bogs don't have any lullaby. There's just kind of this like moment of like just where like I think it's actually a kind of a beautiful learning moment, right? Where it's like, hey, it's great to read and it's great to get all of this knowledge, but perspective is also really important. And now that you've had some like real life interactions with goblins, and you've seen the best of them, you've met Droop, the worst of them, at goblins at the Cardinal Caverns. Same can be said of people. Look at the Red Brands versus the rest of Doverton. So I just think it's kind of this beautiful moment of like kind of piercing the veil a little bit, and realizing that everything you've learned needs to be filtered through experience and the perspective of who it is that. And in that moment, the weave makes a little bit more sense to you. Magic itself makes a little bit more sense to you. What are words if not another manifestation of the weave, right? People's own impulses and desires made manifest. Sometimes people just use words. So I think there's some beauty in that realization that you have, where this thing that you considered sacred is actually satire. And that realization kind of bolsters you. And in bolstering you, it bolsters your party. Because you rolled a 19 and not a natural 1. Congratulations. As completed 5
Yeah.
failing.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
Holy cow.
as
So
it
close.
starts to get dark, and the sun slowly begins to set, sky begins to become painted, you come to the edge of the bog. The ground begins hardened. The insects, the frogs, the bog sounds, even the stench begin to slowly fade. And it eventually opens up into kind of a lush, almost hilly meadow. Atop the largest hill, kind of set in the middle of this meadow, um, in a weird juxtaposition, surrounded by these beautiful wildflowers, sits this kind of old, crumbling keep. And you can actually see at the top of this keep where several towers once stood, but have now, in long since fallen into disrepair and kind of crumbled in on themselves. And where this once glorious fortress or even castle once stood, now really only like the first floor seems to still be intact. In the fields just beyond and behind this castle, you see several campfires, tents, large poles with flags flapping in the wind, and dozens and dozens and dozens of goblins.
Oh.
Congratulations. You guys have successfully discovered the castle of the Goblin King.
Oh
Oh
shit!
shit.
It is here we are going to end our session tonight.
Yes.
God.
Oh, right before the castle. Holy
Yep.
shit.
Let's
Good
do
job,
it.
Yeah,
everybody. We
it's been
survived.
dirty.
Yep.
You made it through the bog. It feels like a good spot to call it.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Oh man,
Awesome.
that was cool. I didn't know
Yeah.
flogging was about. I hope y'all liked that.
No, that
That
was
was
awesome.
super
great.
fun.
It got super tense at that
Yeah.
midway
Yeah.
point.
Well,
That's
I
scary.
came up with like 8 or 9 different like possible failures that were all kind of